Dom looks really intense.
I need to pull up
Sorry.
Iris's character.
He's about to kill all of our
Yeah,
characters.
really.
Not
So,
again.
last
Not
session.
again,
Welcome back,
honestly.
everybody,
I died
to
twice in
Voyages.
this.
Actually,
Yo,
I'm
ask
one of them that hasn't died yet, so
now.
I'm good.
Welcome back to Voyages, everyone.
Poggers.
Last session, y'all
Oh, I can hit the long rest button, right?
won.
Oh.
Y'all won against the Wrath of the Beyond.
Oh, did y'all see
You
in the
do not hit the long. Well, actually, I guess
the Discord where I said I actually had to reroll because I forgot to reroll the D4?
No, y'all do get reset after. So
Okay.
I was gonna say I already did. You told me I could after I died.
This is an obligatory thing.
I could after I died. It was crazy.
did you get
I
that?
haven't leveled up yet. You can't split that.
Brian, the amount of times I've wanted to play that. Where the fuck did you get it?
Oh, I have it as a soundboard.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Why?
I want it.
Oh, I will be right.
Anyways.
Our soundboard. Our
I was gonna
soundboard.
say, yeah, you can add it pretty easily.
Literally
So-
just add it.
As the
Soundboards are muted for stream, but
you all get wrecked,
we get wrecked.
or as you all get sort of transported back, and you arrive in the Colosseum, this arena, as you will look around, and this crowd, massive crowd, is cheering.
Sparks be like, we did it! We did it! I did not think we had that in us.
It's not ugly. It's just not like. Sorry.
And
Fine.
you hear the announcer going
You don't have to
on.
call me ugly. Jeez, your mic is on.
That's true.
Um,
I can do that.
I will not discuss. I will not say what they're saying because there's no way I can say that without sounding like a loser.
No.
As
Because I
you
started
progress,
doing
no,
it already.
no, thank you. It's
Ladies.
general announcer speech.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and
your champions!
Speech.
as you all,
The ashes themselves.
as you all, sort of, are standing there getting your accolades thrown upon you.
They're like roses
like
hitting
when-
like the battlefield.
I was gonna say it's like when you finish ice skating and they throw all the teddy bears on the.
I never got teddy bears.
Eris
thrown
is
at me.
limping
And-
from feeling that pain.
That's why I see in the Olympic tubbies.
Yeah, because they don't have the barrier with the.
I guess.
Mm.
You see, in front of you, a group of individuals walk out.
Oh.
What are they?
As they carry cases.
Huh. Cases.
We get our grand prize right
Money.
now.
As you hear the announcer stating, now the winning team will receive the item that marks them of having won the Twin Blade tournament. An item that will be recognized across the world at a glance. As they approach each of you with a box.
If it
They
isn't
open it up.
Payton's sword, I don't want it.
And they open it up,
I'll take it.
and you all see different items.
Oh.
Oh.
For some of you, it's a ring. For some of you, it's like maybe a lapel. And
You mean a pin?
they all bear a symbol of two crossed blades.
Wow.
One with brilliant wings out, and the other with a tree stump, like a sort of like the stump of a tree as its hilt.
Guys, I've seen like hundreds of counterfeits, but seeing a real one's crazy.
And as you put it on, you hear sort of mumble to each of y'all, just very kind of lowly. If you would please focus on this item, akin to attuning yourself to an item.
I can't do
It does
that.
not take that long. It does not take
Eris
that long, but
Looks
it
at the
is-
crowd and goes, "Give us like 30 minutes."
I mean, an hour.
Well, they did say it doesn't take that long.
Ah.
Well, Eris is like, "It only takes me 30 minutes," and just,
She's
convinced.
And as soon as y'all sort of get into that state where you're like focusing on this, sort of almost meditating, you feel it sort of almost slot into place inside your soul.
Yo.
As above each of y'all, as y'all look up, that symbol is again displayed, but in different formats.
What are they called?
The uncrowned, the broken crowned, I guess.
No. You know how the mark. The fuck is it?
From
called?
what?
From Cradle.
From what?
Yeah.
Like how you know how she manifests the whatever it is of joy.
Yes. Oh, the icons. Okay.
Icon. We got our icons, guys.
As each of you has
Our
a,
shadows
Like a
with
little
a lot of things right
Sims
now.
diamond.
as each of you has this crossed blades in different variants.
Draw that down. That's a Sims.
Eris is a sparkling gold shot through with prismatic colors sort of glinting across it, almost like pearlescence.
I'm a sparkles girl.
And Nara's is this brilliant light, shining radiance with streaks of sort of flame coming through it. Reggie's is this deep, like sort of scintillating color that with specks appearing here and there. I think Reggie, like how you showed me your magic when you were talking about Reggie at the beginning, towards the beginning.
Reggie's magic back then was really prismatic, no?
Yeah, it was different. I think.
That's what prismatic was the word I was looking for, but I chose scintillating because I forgot the word. Okay, fine. How your magic looks now, Reggie? Because I don't have a visual representation of your magic.
I'll find something. Send you pictures.
I just
It looks different now.
It's just a little heat wave on top of Reggie's head.
Definitely not.
realized with how like prismatic and sparkly Eris is, I just realized, god damn it, I just made a magical girl.
Very valid. Rika's
Even Reggie's a magical girl.
That's so true.
Rika's is
He will
this
be at
sort
level
of
14.
deep brown and green color. And Valerie's is this. It's this dark black, but outlined in a sort of this light blue border.
Does it look like it's like flowing like water?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Let me pull this up. I can show it easier than I can tell
Valerie's
it.
whole aesthetic is green. I thought.
I guess I should say. No, I'm not using the white. I'm using the border of this. Is what I was looking for. Hold on.
Yeah.
That border. That border.
Yeah.
But the interior is black for Valerie
I see.
because that is more of her color scheme.
I see.
Yes. Darkness, darkness, darkness.
It's the
Yeah.
nocturne joke.
I don't know. I've seen her face.
Oh, yeah.
Those games in that black.
I believe that's all of y'all. So, yeah, and
What
you.
about Sparks and
And
Little Guy and
Little Guy
Six?
and
Spark, they don't get
They,
them.
they unfortunately do
I'm
not.
sorry.
No, Sparks gets okay. We all get one first off. Therefore, the familiars have to get it, and little guys has to be
Absolutely
a little paint,
not.
You know the little like paint palette like emblem, Microsoft Paint.
Yeah.
It needs to be like
I-
one of those. Sparks' needs to be a rock, like just a generic as.
They're all the crossed swords.
It's a pebble.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining our
Yeah,
party's like, can the,
But
can
then
the
little
familiars...
guys is definitely a paintbrush.
I
the
imagine
paint
us
palette.
being like, the familiars don't get
They're
one, and they're
crossed
like, do you
swords.
want jewelry for your pets?
I'm saying they're not different symbols at all.
Pierce Little Guys.
They're just different colors, that's it.
You will.
Like,
Yeah.
like I'm imagining they
Yeah.
walk down with like a sword for each of us commemoratively, and then we're like upset that they didn't give one to our horse too. Like,
Yes, I am
Yeah, like-
upset that Icarus didn't get one. You're
that's
right.
basically what's happening.
You're so right. I need to
Yes.
Pokeball Icarus and have him get one too.
Oh my
So,
How long has it been in there?
Moving on.
Why is my horse
As you are
getting
presented
sword
these
too?
items, and you can feel intrinsically that they are now tied to each of you individually, as these are now soulbound items.
Oh,
They don't not attunement or anything. They don't provide any special abilities.
Oh.
They are just essentially a badge of prestige.
I will take a badge of fucking
Okay.
prestige, man.
Yeah, because this is, as I said, this is a worldwide recognized thing,
hey Dom.
and basically y'all proved that hey, we are those motherfuckers.
How
There's
do
We
we,
are
how do we
here.
pull them out? How do we like bance them out?
You just sort of will it into existence, but you also have the little whatever item your character chooses.
Oh my god, we have the Cantor car.
Hey, Dom.
You have whatever item your character chooses, whether it be like rings, it could be a bracelet, lapel, whatever. You know,
Hey,
whatever
Dom.
y'all choose.
In
What's up?
Eris's memory, Has a full team of silvers ever won the tournament?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yes.
Don't say you're not special.
This was one
I
of the
can't be
higher
called that
powered.
special.
What'd you say?
This was one of the higher powered tournaments. There's not always a full team of golds in a tournament.
I'm not even talking about like just one gold on a team.
Silvers do have the capacity to beat that, especially depending on the sponsors and such.
We did.
It's largely
Yeah, but we're freaks of
fluctuated. It's largely fluctuated. Keep in mind, Christian, y'all are not the only PC adjacent. There will guaranteed be people throughout history who match or have exceeded y'all's capabilities
Not really.
in your own time.
We are the main characters.
Because-
Sorry.
I guess you're the main character, I suppose, until next campaign.
Excuse
Yes.
you. We have plot armor. We have Brits rolls.
Hey, listen, Illyrian is also gonna have Brits rolls, so
Uh
This is so fair. Oh yeah, next campaign in Dawn's Word, I'm playing Inara's son. He is
Based.
going to be. He's so funny.
I respect that so much.
it's
He is. I'm
Dog
too
here.
tired for this world.
Do I be funny and make Eris's child?
We just play a
I
team of like
I'm
proteges
playing
or
generations
descendants.
of my character.
I really
This is
don't
crazy.
think you want Valerie's kid.
What do you see? Even Valerie doesn't have to kid. I honestly thought she wouldn't. I thought she'd have a protege though.
Hold on.
She
I
might.
feel like she might have an apprentice.
That's a
Yeah.
terrifying
Oh my
prospect.
But yes,
God.
anyways.
Funny.
And then Reggie
It's so
stays
funny to have
Reggie,
played-
and Reggie's just free run.
I played Melora
Oh,
to
yeah.
Eris to another person. I'm just gonna keep going down the family line in Dom's campaign.
yes.
They're gonna be a
Nah,
different class
see,
every
I
time.
don't play an apprentice of Valerie. I play an apprentice of Sol.
Uh oh. You start off level like 15 with that character.
Yes.
We are just out leveling. I think that campaign. So.
So you are likely just out leveling, which means fuck D&D Beyond. You're never gonna use it.
That's crazy.
What if I just have?
I
two
have
character
my
sheets open?
thing.
It was what Dom was trying to say. Sorry.
Either
Mhm.
way, moving on.
Before I was like,
Just have two
Yeah,
character
that's-
That's
sheets.
what I said. What if I just have two
Oh,
character?
I asked Britt what she said, and she didn't respond.
Oh, sorry,
So
I didn't hear that. Yeah, I said. What if I just have two character sheets open, Dom?
Exactly.
That's not how
It's
that
too much
works.
work.
Scott got the
HP in
email.
It's not how that works.
anyways,
Your
so
Bluetooth device has connected. It's just my brain. Because I was looking at something else when you said it. I was like, wait, what if I just have two?
as you sort of see these
Literally
items,
send
you are
them
the crowd's applause and cheers soar again, and you were all sort of brought. And the individual sort of that didn't give any of y'all a box sort of like waves a hand and says, "You could now have your audience with the Brothers of the Blade."
Again?
What happened, Brothers of the
She'll
Blade?
give you a look.
Oh, yeah.
Is Sparks just like again?
I'm pretty sure, right?
Oh, if it was Sparks, he might straight up banish Sparks.
You're like, again?
Just multiple of us that say again.
No, I would. Hey,
I'm saying
Valerie's
it
just.
didn't.
I think Sparks
Yeah,
said it, and then Inara slapped her hand over his mouth.
He said it. He tried to say it. And
Yeah, he said it. No, you know what? He said it, and Inara just grabbed him like we grabbed Toby's head.
Did you
I'm
eat
living-
him
stuffed
like
him
a
back
fucking
in the-
food, like a
Stuck
fucking
him back
tennis
in her
ball?
bra, yeah, her titties, yeah.
Harris is still hung on the fact that she was 1 HP for like 3 hits.
I know. I couldn't do anything.
Oh yeah, no, but like the end of the combat we were discussing, definitely she would have been hitting her roll con
Relentless.
save 1 HP. Yeah, relentless, which has never happened to her before.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it was the closest I got to losing that fight.
I don't think she would have
You get used
targeted
to it.
Eris.
She wasn't, but she would hit me once, and then she'd probably live another round because of how much HP she had, and she would hit me again. Which I
Maybe.
was at 30, so 1 hit would have knocked me to that.
Fair, but at one point she definitely would have just blown someone up, started blowing people up.
She would have tried to go for me. That would have been the goal.
But yeah,
And it would have been
as
funny.
a small portal is going to open up behind this individual, where they waved,
Nice.
And the Holy One steps out.
as they sort of gesture y'all through.
We
I
wave to
assume
the
you'll go
crowd as
in.
we walk through the portal.
So I assume y'all go in the portal. That is technically in your power not to, though. I guess.
Yo, let's not go.
Yeah, well,
Oh, what's the
Valerie's
worst that
gonna-
could happen?
let's
I saw
not
the
make a
Holy One
habit out of going
yesterday.
through mysterious portals.
I saw the Holy One yesterday. What's the worst that could happen?
Fair. Yeah. I
Anyway,
got
Just-
you
as
guys.
y'all
walk
walk
up.
through here,
Walk this way.
and
Walk this
instantly, as soon as y'all step through, the noise dies.
Oh,
Oh,
And y'all are sort of, as you look around, you're sort of in this understated little chamber, with two individuals sort of standing in front of you. As y'all do recognize Talion and Valian.
and Sparks pops out from Anara's titties and goes, "Hi again."
Well, an unexpected event. And I suppose it's time for us to grant some boons.
You
Yeah,
don't seem
sound
to-
As they'll look at each other,
Being
and
here.
Valian starts smirking.
I like to imagine they looked at each other and Reggie and Anara started talking at the same time, then looked at each other.
Well,
Yeah.
Valian
Finish
smirks at
each
him and
other's
goes,
set.
the Valian smirks at him and goes,
Sandwiches?
heroes.
I'm
So
hungry.
predictable.
Me too.
As Talion kind of goes, we weren't exactly different when we were immortals. Speak for yourself.
They have the twin.
Do we need to come back at a different time for
Harris
this
looks over.
sibling
No, I
swap?
believe y'all just need perspective.
Harris looks over.
Um,
Are we like that?
You speak first, as he looks at Anara.
Oh shit.
Me?
What is your boon? I believe yours would provide a little more perspective to the others.
Oh, well, and she'll like look more directly at Valian and go, so I have a question before I ask.
Not in the way you wish,
Hmm.
but ask anyways.
How much damage can you revert?
It is not within my power to revert. I can freeze, I can hold, I can take. But restoration is not in my abilities.
So could you help my father? Or would I have to ask something else?
I could pause his affliction,
Hi, Toby.
but
Hi! Okay, Mr. Cat! Sorry, Toby.
he's so dummy cat.
Hi, Toby.
He's going to look at Talion and go, we would view that as a waste of your boon. Especially
What did you ask for?
considering the effect it was was bestowed by another deity.
She was trying to, first off, bestowed is hardly a word I would use. Anyways, back to Attica. Toby.
Oh,
keep
you're
moving.
trying to reverse the
Yeah,
HP
she's trying to
loss?
reverse the damage that her dad's soul has taken.
Oh, it's your dad.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But if she can't, then if that is the case, she's gonna kind of look over at Eris, and she's gonna go, I believe my boon is better suited to help you.
I think she gets her own little.
Yes, but is there any chance you can prevent the resurgence of the root of the mountain from ever happening
Easily.
again?
Oh shit!
Do not hurt them. If there's a way...
More challenging. But, I mean, it's still not exactly a hard thing to do.
Erase the thought when it occurs, maybe? Something similar to that?
Well, racing thoughts isn't exactly a painless process.
No, but is it at all within your skill sets?
Of course it's within my skill set. He has a similar skill that he can use for that. But neither of those are painless.
Which method, I suppose, is the least painful? Not least painless, least painful.
Least painless, the double negative.
My brain is better.
Kill them all immediately! Damn their souls! Tear
Ah,
them in
yes.
half!
Ironically,
What happened to
would
the
be
Rhythm
mine.
Mountain again?
Kill them all.
Remember,
That's the cult one after
they
your dad.
are mostly gone at this moment, but they always do return. That's just a
Yeah.
thing.
It's that bitch that went to the Feywilds and is fucking shit up
That's the
now.
cult going
Yeah,
after
I
your
know,
dad.
right?
They're the cult that trying to kill your dad.
That's right.
Ah, fuck the Rhythm Mountain.
Oh.
Kill
As above
them!
game,
Fuck them some bitches!
what they were saying, your boon does not have to be an epic boon. You can ask for something. An event, protection, etc., etc.
Well,
That's what you meant by throwing a wrench. Ah.
Yeah, all of you have other things you can use it on. You don't have to use it.
I want a cat! No, I'm just kidding. No.
if it
This
is
is
within the
good
scope
for a
of your
sandwich.
abilities and you can make it more or less painless, then that is
I
what I
cannot
will
make it
wish for.
painless.
He said he can't make it painless?
Correct.
Well,
You can't beat
Yes.
somebody across the head with a sword, not be painless.
true. But his whole thing is
Mine-
time. Can you not freeze the thoughts as they arise?
It would not be freezing, it would be largely taking the thoughts in their sleep. Akin to giving them one of the worst nightmares they've ever had.
Well, that's better than.
It's still better than his. Yeah, mine would be destroying a part of their memory. That's not a painless process.
Well.
Can't tell.
Yeah, you got off easy. Usually brain hemorrhaging's involved.
Not brain hemorrhaging. Well, then in the
Especially with
least,
Alzheimer's.
then in the least
What's-
painful way possible, I would like to ask for that as my boon.
Are you sure?
You don't have to do that.
I want to. And plus, it gives me a bit of an edge over your father who thinks that I'm naive.
I don't. If that's what you want.
It is. You know.
Then it will be done.
Thank you. And she'll, I guess, like step back into line. I don't know. I kind of assume we're all like standing in a line.
What do the rest of you wish?
Eris is trying to hide it, definitely smirking a little.
I'm trying to think now if I have any loose ends I need to clean up.
You do.
Yeah, I
You
know.
don't have any.
but, like,
No
are they
loose ends.
worth-
Reggie's got his life perfect.
That's wild. As the one that popped into my head was crazy. You saying "is it worth it" is crazy.
You don't want permanent
which
protection
one are
for
you
your
talking about?
parents, or
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's what I was thinking.
There's
Damn, is that
people
worth it? Protecting my parents from another pseudo deity.
The free 9.
You don't have to. You don't have to do that. You can
You have to
you can
protect.
improve yourself.
Personality
As-
for savior
okay.
As
complex.
Alien
Now I have to
will
do it,
say,
or I'll look
no,
bad.
as Alien will be the first to say, improving your own power sometimes is the best way to improve to protect others.
Yeah. Well,
Scott,
not my
Getting the
parents.
second 9th level when you turn level 17.
Yeah, but I get an
But right now
additional
it's whatever
5th
your
or
highest
6th
level
or
spell
7th
slot
or
is.
whatever.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Both equally valid. I just think it's hilarious because that was the only person who came to me with it. Hey, maybe I don't get an epic boon. Maybe I asked them to do something.
Well, you
else.
said it was an epic boon, and so I immediately thought of like the feat epic boons. I didn't think they could do like
Yes and
several
no.
figures.
Fair enough. Epic boon was something I did mention.
Mhm.
Sorry about Anara Savior complex, guys. You can ask for your epic boons.
Epic boons are perfectly valid.
Yeah, well,
and
'cause
they
don't
can
we-
give them out.
Don't we get an epic boon for an ASI at later levels?
No,
That's in
I thought that was
in 2024.
That's 2024. You get one on level 19.
Chances
So
are, I
you're not
will be
letting
giving
us
y'all.
have that
Say,
knowledge?
chances are, we'll be giving y'all one at level 20 anyways, just because that's generally how
that's
normal
generally how
D&D
that
works.
works. Yeah.
Like, what do
If
you
you go to
do
20, you get
on
an epic
20?
boon. Like Eris's is already set though.
Yeah. Which is pretty based,
Oh yeah,
anyways.
the dragon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will figure out something, I don't know.
Dom, you were talking about because you mentioned that there were people from Reggie's tribe like wandering around the peaks a long time ago, right? And they weren't like really looking for anything specific. At least that's what Jordan said.
Okay.
Has he said anything about that situation any worsening, or
He hasn't mentioned anything yet.
can I call him up and be like, "Hey, is everything chill over there?"
I fear we're in another dimension, my guy.
Oh yeah.
You
Plane.
are also Valerie. That's something I should have mentioned immediately. Valerie and Reggie, you no longer feel your gods,
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
as you are in another god's domain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, Valerie is
And ours connection ain't cool like that.
fair question. This is a very fair question. Do I feel this fucking problem up here currently, or no?
Oh my god, is she crazy?
No, it's his
It
illicit
is-
tadpole. It's
Uh,
Valerie's illicit tadpole.
yeah, do you connect with the worm?
I probe his tadpole.
Do you want to probe his mind?
Me when I eat that albino tadpole.
I'll
You
bite an
don't-
astral test.
No,
Feel
no,
much.
you gotta put it like right here, like not at the temple, like right in front
Actually-
of your fucking.
You're entirely fair, Valerie. You don't feel that eating away at you. But you feel in its place. Something you've never been able to feel before due to the pain and confusion it's caused you.
Oh my god.
It feels like
Is
you're
it
missing
love?
something.
Oh,
Isn't it like
It
Raphael?
feels like
It is
I'm
love.
I
missing
definitely said
something.
love.
It is love.
Yes.
Valerie
Valerie
sprained your
loves
3
us.
sizes that day,
Aww.
and it was
Aw.
from brain
it
cancer.
was from
Probably.
brain cancer.
It's for brain cancer is crazy.
It was a
Wait,
tumor.
wait,
We had to
wait,
cut it
wait.
out, but
So,
Yeah.
so I'm missing
really hurt me
something.
when I
I
put that
feel
tumor
like
in your head.
I'm at a loss. That's weird.
is that where
And it's
Necky's
not
area?
you can immediately detect, you can kind of surmise that had you not had it not been paining you or confusing you and such, you would have felt this sooner.
Hmm.
So it is not exactly related to your
brain
disconnect with
cancer.
Pharasma and Yagi, obviously.
Valerie just kind of sits there for a moment, after focusing in on it. And it's like, that sort of thing.
As if you can try to focus on it.
Yeah.
Okay. After you focus on it, you feel it as though it's connected to your healing abilities.
Whoa.
You feel this primal force of healing within you, but it feels like there's something missing there.
That's
Something that
so
maybe
weird.
is supposed to help it or complete it.
That's weird.
And
Her
thinking
already
about it,
broken healing? That's crazy.
Valerie, I'm gonna need 3 tracks from you.
This is not okay.
Wait,
This is not okay.
I'm going to need your insight.
Okay.
I'm going to need Arcana,
Okay.
and I'm going to need
Can I make a
General Intelligence.
Can I make an addendum?
Okay. Which is very funny, because if you remember, my tarot bonus today was advantage on int checks.
Amazing.
I actually forgot about that.
I did not remember that either. Can I make an addendum to Inara's
Wish.
yeah. Can I add the clause of any and prevent the rise of any other cult like it?
Easily.
Okay, thank you. That's it. That's all I wanted to do.
Okay.
Insight
That'd be hard.
is a dirty 20.
Because it's just
Very
they're
sweet.
basically stopping it at, for lack of a better term, the root.
Largely, they would consider that part of it. It's this is still the root of the mountain, just under a different name.
Yeah, exactly.
Arcana.
Like I thought you were talking about cults in general
No,
that
no,
haven't
the-
added into.
No, specifically the cults that hate Dragon and try to resurrect
Mhm.
Zeus.
Yeah.
Arcana is a 25.
Okay.
It's a 12 on
int?
the dice for me.
12 on the dice to give you a 20.
That-
It's crazy.
17.
Okay. Valerie,
Is that your int check?
It almost
Die.
feels like this is something
Pure
that
raw int.
you should have, and maybe used to have. Not that you can recollect anything about it.
Parents?
Parents?
Parents!
No,
no.
Valerie has parents.
She did.
But yeah,
Whoa.
teehee.
What is this that I'm feeling? She just kind of asked that a lot, not really directed at anybody.
Yeah. As Talion and Valian will look at each other for a second
Parents?
and turn to Valerie and go, and Talion go, that is your secret to find out.
Ooh.
Ooh. Secrets.
I'm session 90, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm missing an entire page for session 68 or 69.
That's
Yeah, 89.
nice.
Nice.
Hey, yo.
Who got
Let's see
inspelled last
what
time?
that was.
Which is it, Ryan?
What happened during
Who
that.
did get
Listen,
his
that
bonus
is
on?
concerning.
I think it was Valerie.
I think
you
you
Valerie.
literally gave it to me again.
Yeah, I think we gave
Did
it to
we?
Valerie for heals.
Did you use yours?
Inspiration?
Yeah.
I think we did. It
Yeah,
was either
Yes.
that or Dom for or was it Dom for fucking
No.
up all his rolls and getting really upset?
For me.
I think it was.
Yeah, Valerie's just gonna sit down for a second. She has no idea what the fuck's going on anymore.
Valerie, funny enough, as you start to sit, a chair appears beneath you.
Nice.
Oh.
That's funny.
That's funny.
No.
Can I have a donut that when I try to eat it, it poofs into clouds?
Or Dionysus from Percy Jackson.
I was talking more Steven from In Rose's Room.
Oh yeah.
He could be like, I want a donut, and then he tries to eat it.
And then
Clouds.
it poofed. No, it looks like I don't have 68 and 69, but it looks like it's. Oh, it's us talking to Morden. Fuck. Or is that
Wait, what?
before the ball? Never mind. I don't
Are you talking about session? I was talking about 89 last session. I
you said
didn't.
69,
I'm missing
my
on.
bad.
I did, but then I was like, oh wait, no, I meant 89.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me go look.
Yeah, I should have 69. Nice.
Best be known that I'm gonna be fucking
Aiden
talking
picks the
to
worst possible
Verasma
days.
about this.
It's just the day he's in. Why is that the worst day for you? Oh, you're on the.
Yeah, Hayden,
69 is when
Hayden
we got
texted me
to
going,
the tower.
Hayden texted us going, Warhammer one shot on May 10th? I said, brother, you picked the worst days. I'm literally going to a wedding that day.
Yeah,
His
we
wedding
are.
is just college friends.
No, my cousin is getting married.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
I got a whole suit for it.
Hey, what's
Okay.
more important,
Maybe
Warhammer
there's
one
a last-
shot?
Oh, that's why you're
Wedding.
missing it, because we were just fighting last session.
Yeah.
Brett, in your opinion, what's more important, cousin's wedding, Warhammer one shot?
Don't
I
answer
like
that.
this cousin,
Don't answer that.
so-
This is a
Life
trade-off.
is subjective.
Also, a
Yeah.
lot of
Alright.
in Vietnam went.
What
So
is
what are we
contemporary?
thinking, friends?
Warhammer's
What are we
contemporary.
thinking?
I already asked for my opinion.
I suppose I could protect my parents. It makes.
You don't
I
have to
suppose I can
them.
protect my parents.
You don't have
I feel
to.
like Reggie would be nervous from that still, so it would be on his mind. It wouldn't have been on my mind because I'm power hungry and I wanted a free 9th level spell.
Oh, trust me,
You're power
my
hungry?
plan would not be using it for a free 9th level either.
Yeah. Can I get 2 boons?
No.
2 wounds is crazy.
2 boons? Can I just have Inara's? Just forget hers.
Damn.
Nora would be like, hey,
better.
I'm in Vegas.
I'm joking.
I was going to
Oh,
give
no.
you my item in full too, but you know.
Valor just thought of something. Oh, fucking hell. I just thought of something so fucking bad.
Oh, like what?
Yeah, I'm trying to
There you go,
remember a name.
I don't think Tom's gonna be happy with my text.
Oh no. I'm trying to think of what I would ask for to like what method of protection I would ask for.
You also don't have to ask for protection,
Oh,
Scott.
to
No,
clarify,
You want the ninth
I
level.
do want to.
to clarify,
Because I get the
to
ninth level at level
Right.
20.
Your parents
Clarify.
can't get hurt if they're
Alright.
already dead.
clarify,
Alright.
I
what
want you to
texted-
kill my parents.
To clarify, what I texted to Dom was over 50% of marriages ended in divorce, but Warhammer is eternal. So I
Jeez.
texted him.
For the glory of the Emperor!
That's messed up, man.
Purge the
Warhammer
heretic!
one shot
Kill
only
the
has a
mutant!
1% chance of
Clarify,
failure.
I'm completely joking. Weddings are more important, but I just thought it was funny.
Dom,
Take
I'm
the
gonna send you
Warhammer to
some.
them. Just post up
True,
the
we have,
table.
we have
I'm
the
gonna
one
send
shot
you
at
this,
the wedding.
Dom. And I'm gonna ask you if this is actually even possible.
You
I'm
can
so
ask out
scared.
loud. You don't
Oh,
gotta
resurrecting Archon Sarmaya.
Oh!
I will
Wait.
state you would
Sorry, I
know
missed
no,
that. Resurrection.
because they have already stated restoration is
Oh,
not within their
that's true.
abilities.
Yeah.
Shit!
Yeah, he said he can take, he can and stuff, but he can't. He can take, he can freeze, he can
Resources
hold,
on
but he
his
can't give.
abilities. Also, I think there's the high likelihood that their soul is either destroyed or captured, and we'd have to retrieve that for that to even happen.
Yeah, considering Anara's dad is weaker than her, I'm pretty sure, and he put him.
Hey.
He put him in a spear. A pew pew.
Hey, that was an idea!
It was a good idea.
That was an
Really solid.
idea!
You know what'd be really funny? If Valerie was like, turn Legion back to human.
Uh,
Oh my god!
That's something Valerie would do.
You're not
That's what I said,
reversing
Valerie-
time, you're fast forwarding time, because he will become human again with us around.
No, honestly,
That
I
doesn't
just
make sense.
feel like
Go on.
Valerie
Go
would
on.
just ask for Legion to die if that
Go
was
on.
the case, but I
True.
mean, but she
Yeah,
wouldn't do
so-
that.
I think it would be really funny if they killed Legion and Legion just went back because of their phylactery.
Yeah, right.
Like, wish fulfilled.
Wait
Although
for it.
honestly, Valerie would not kill Legion because the fact that Pharasma has already promised Legion will already die.
Oh my god, you can make Daddy finally discipline his daughter.
Huh?
Cause,
Could you elaborate?
Oh fuck, Tom!
cause
I'm
Hey
gonna
Alright
tell
Ethan
her.
is a
Fuck!
scary ass bitch. But you know who's daddy? Who's her daddy? Valian. Quite literally. And Jason already said daddy's hands off. Daddy needs to be hands on. That's all I'm saying.
Daddy needs to be hands-on is crazy.
I think
That
he
is-
needs to
alright.
smack his kid. I'm just kidding.
Shame.
Okay,
That's not what it sounded like.
to be honest, I don't think Valerie has any loose ends to tie up other
Listen,
than what
if
she
you want
already
like
knows.
an actual epic boon, go for it. Dom
Get
just
a
made me
boon.
go first to make y'all feel bad. I don't know why.
Fine.
I absolutely did. I was like, you're all some selfish
He
bitches.
said y'all
Valerie
power
is
bitches."
selfish.
Okay, no, you told us that it was epic boons, so I assumed only the like feet level
To be
like
fair, to be
epic
fair,
boons.
This is why I texted Brian. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit of a wrench into y'all's ideas because I wanted all the go to go. Well, shit. Now we sound like assholes.
Yeah, just to spite y'all, I'm getting that ninth level.
Do it.
No!
You should.
Tom, I got rid of
I can figure out some kind of
my
contingency for my
movement-based like item that would help me not be stunned by like whole persons to get an item that bounds me to the wizard to protect them. Okay.
No, fuck you. That item gives you so many buffs.
To
It
help-
genuinely
What I'm hearing
does.
is you just
Hey,
asked for
Christian.
the freedom of movement as
Yeah,
you
I
move.
buffs that
cast
I'm
you
getting,
freedom
Dom?
of movement!
No, what's the buffs I'm getting? A
You
singular
can teleport as
day,
you can teleport as a bonus action and
Once a day.
hit.
once
That's
a day.
strong. That's strong.
It is strong.
That's
once a day.
That's still strong.
Still
Were you
strong.
getting this strong?
Hold on, I actually
Yeah,
I've
have
got
to
the
look at
other
that again.
abilities of it.
That, binds for
Give the bound person resistance. Take their death hit.
Okay, hold on.
What's a wizard?
I do gain some
That's a noble
damage.
thing to do.
It's a noble thing to do. Is crazy.
Hey, all I'm
Yeah.
saying is
Obviously,
Inara
we're
dies
Okay, extra
from
damage.
Inara dies from 1d4 father
You can actually
draining
get the
damage.
No,
Like
yeah,
over
Nara
half those
literally dies from
abilities
1d4
are to
daddy
help the
damage.
other person.
1d4
Daddy damage.
daddy.
I was gonna say
Daddy
daddy
damage
issue
is
damage.
the-
That works
Like,
too.
Daddy
That thing
is
is
Strange
like-
way to put it.
Daddy
That
damage.
thing does like 5 things, and 3 of them are to help the other person.
True. But it's
Actually,
still a
4
very,
of them.
it's still,
Just the
it's
fourth
still
one
useful
helps
for
me.
yourself as well, though.
The fourth one helps me, but 4 of them are to help the other person. Technically, all 5 are to help the other person because I teleport within 10 feet of them and hit somebody for them.
So, anyways, also, y'all can take the week to think about it because Steve also would have to take the week to think about it.
So my boon is going to be to destroy the Red Bane line. No, I'm kidding.
Making Nara the last living member.
No,
Nara's already gone. I just turn and go, I'm usurping the throne.
I'm usurping the throne is crazy.
Taking my
Usurping the
rightful
throne with
place.
absolutely no
No
valid claim to
repercussions
it.
at all.
You know, I think I just go with
There
what
would
I
be
was.
no repercussions whatsoever to this.
I think
What
I
do you
just
think
go
it
with
is,
what I
Michael?
was texting Dom earlier.
That'd be interesting.
What did Don do? What did you? What?
No, I was texting Dom earlier about a boon idea. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Valerie says, I want to be closer to a normal person again.
No.
You're the 4th patron I've asked.
You're the 4th patron I've asked. It's cool.
Well, 'cause
That's
there's the world
crazy.
tree, there's like Pyrrha, there's like...
Yeah.
Valerie's
Val-
literally like, this is the 4th fucking deific level being I have asked. Please make me fucking normal!
No, Valerie has already embraced the fact that she's not a normal
It's
person
so
anymore.
Fair enough.
Valerie is just kind of sitting down and
Make me
eventually
normal.
that idea crosses her mind before kind of just looking up and she'll state, well, I know that we're going to eventually become these leaders, if we're not already. And I think it might be useful for us to be able to communicate universally.
Permanent rares?
A permanent telepathic bond?
That is not what I'm asking for.
That's what I'm getting now. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
that's what I...
Mm-mm.
You're going to have to elaborate. There's a lot of ways to
Universes
do that.
each.
Yes.
That is doable.
Let's go.
Is this what you choose?
I had another idea in mind, but when you stated that restoration was impossible, I immediately dismissed it.
Can't be
Unfortunately,
that
yes.
easy for us, Valerie.
As yeah, our skill sets aren't exactly aligned with the power of life, I suppose I should say.
Mm.
Yes. We are both inherently destructive entities, despite our clashing domains.
I figure, however, that the old stating that a sword speaks all languages because everyone knows combat can be a lot more figurative than literal.
Yes. And of course,
I do wish combat was a rarer language.
It's so fun.
Fuck
I
off.
wish
knowledge is
non-recreational combat was rare.
within my powers.
Mm.
I do like fighting, but I don't like having
But
to fight
yes.
to the death with others.
I don't like fighting. Valerie don't like fighting.
We're different.
I have never been one to enjoy the thrill of it, but I suppose I've gotten good at it over the years.
You're
Just
more
hate-
good at
It
hiding,
will
but
be so.
I respect it.
Sparks like sticks out his wing and it just goes like this.
Ah, yes.
Eh!
What are the what is
She
everyone
holds up
else
a sign
asking
with
for?
Valerie's face with an X over it.
That's fucked.
I cast inflict wounds.
Nara holds up like you know the diving like the way
GG's.
you rate the she holds up a little 0.
I cast sunbeam.
So what are the rest of y'all asking?
Ooh, I could do something that could be terrible potentially in the future.
So, to clarify, what did you ask for, Valerie?
Oh, do you want me to say it?
What's
Do
the
you want us to?
specifics?
Yeah,
You
I want to know
can-
specifics.
Cool.
What would we feel when he grants
the-
this boon?
The boon of tongues. You can speak,
Oh.
read, and write all languages, including secret languages such as Druidic and Thieves' Cant, so long as they're not coded.
Oh, nice.
Mm. And that only applies to Valerie?
Isn't that the
Yeah.
point of
Yes,
Thieves'
okay.
Cant?
That makes
Cant is it's coded.
Well, okay. Other coded, like the linguist feat.
Like, you don't know these two, like, individual people's, like, secret handshake from 3rd grade.
Yeah, like say Anara and Reggie decided to make a code based off of the last name of the last person Reggie thought was hot. Valerie wouldn't be able to decipher that code
You know,
unless
I
she
could see
knew
Reggie
it.
and Anara doing that.
I find it interesting that you just get granted knowledge of a code that thieves use. It's kind
To be
of
fair, these can't
You have to
is,
standardize
for
it
lack of a
somehow.
better term, yeah, it's standardized or
I'm not-
universal.
I'm not saying
Standardized
it's not
tests of
standardized.
thieves'
The
I just
standardized
Yeah.
test of
kind
Thieves'
of
Cant is
funny.
crazy.
He's not. He
Stubborn.
wouldn't
Can
know.
you challenge the Thieves' Cant exam for credit?
The orchestra's code also changes every once in a while. It is not exactly a standard set
So you
thing
have to
that
renew your certificate every
every
2 years.
or whatever goes.
Well, they have to change it every now and then when people start catching on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I now can talk to everybody!
Yay!
Wow.
What did you
Nice,
originally
honestly.
ask for?
Oh, my
Uh,
original idea was to
Resurrect Hermaya.
resurrect Archon Sarmaya, the
That's
Graviturgist.
But they
And
can't.
they went,
Oh.
no.
We can probably do that when you learn.
also though, to be fair,
Whatever.
Maybe.
actually, I will have
Universal is
Taylor respond to that as well.
It probably isn't.
Oh shit!
When you mention your other request, you don't mention it. You just mention the. Speaking of your other request,
Oh, I
Yeah.
wonder if you could ask.
She
the
states-
Soul.
we couldn't have done that anyways. The only one deity likely to be able to make an effort in that regard would likely be. Fuck, what's his name? My brain is dead. Would likely be Alun.
Valerie
It's always
grimaces
Alan.
at that name.
Fucking always
Alun.
him, bro.
Alun has unique insights into manipulation of the soul.
I'm aware. He and my patron goddess are not exactly friends.
They work together on many more occasions than you would believe. They are both death lords, after all.
One a little less attuned to the ideas of perverting it.
Alun's ideas are very much a jealous king in that regard. He views no other being worthy of creating such things.
Alright, so time for me to replace the languages part of my sheet with
All of
Every-
all.
Oh, that's not fun. Now I can't say secret things that you know without actually thinking of a code.
that. Don't worry, we
Oh,
can.
it's okay. And R and Ares probably have a code from when they were like 5.
That's fair.
This
We
is
can
fair.
create a
We just
telepathic
say
bond. It's
gibberish
like a
and
group
don't
chat, but
understand
without
it, but we
Valerie.
shake our heads like we do until Valerie gets upset.
Yep.
Ah,
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like the fucking what is it? You just start saying like boody bobby, boobity 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 boo. And Valerie's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
She's like, that's not a language. She's
Wouldn't you like
"Thank
to know, Ghost Lady?
wouldn't you know?
Wouldn't you? Yeah, we get Reggie in on the joke and Villain Rika in on the joke, and it's just like an inside joke against Valerie.
I'm telling you, we created a Raries without
Xerxes ain't
Valerie.
on the
It's just a
joke,
group
too?
chat without her.
Yeah,
Xerxes
Xerxes is in
is-
on it. Sparks, even little guy learns how to
Xerxes
speak.
is crazy.
And Xerxes
No,
is
little
like,
guy just draws boop.
He starts drawing.
Xerxes just kind of is like, now see, mistress, I would tell you, but I believe it funnier for me not to.
He said, "I cannot break the bro code."
The bro code is crazy. All right, so what are the rest of y'all asking
is a
for?
measure of the bro code.
He said, I am a girl's girl. I cannot help you, Mr. Valerie.
Were you saying
I'm a
something
girl's
earlier,
girl.
Christian?
That's crazy. I'm just getting yelled.
I don't even know if Xerxes is a dude. I think they're just Xerxes.
Yeah, no, they just use the term girl's girl.
Girls.
I'm a girl's girl. It's even funnier. I'm a girl's girl. I thought you were a dude. You
Hey
don't
guys,
know.
I just want to put out there the voice that you're hearing is coming from
That dog.
that room.
Yeah. Your brothers do be loud.
Oh yeah.
I still have that clip where you could hear Dom hearing
On the other
laughing
side of
from
that
Christian's
room.
mic when we're playing Valorant.
Okay, I'm sorry.
The opposite side of that room, which goes back.
Yeah. It's okay to be like that.
But yes.
He's
All right.
playing
What are we
Close
doing?
the
apparently.
door. Close the
They are
door.
not allowed.
Thinking about it.
Door.
I'm thinking about it.
Anyways, so Reggie, are you asking for your
I'm getting a cat, guys. No, I'm just
your
kidding.
parents?
Yo, cat. I think
Joey.
Reggie would ask for protection for his parents.
Okay, legitimately though,
Guess
like,
I'll be a good
I
person.
guess I'll
I
be
joke
a good
about it.
boy.
I joke about it, but like, I'm not
Oh,
gonna ask a
interesting.
cat from a god.
It's just
Yo,
it's
that'd be
just
crazy.
what's it called? The Flurgan from the Marvel universe.
Hey Dom, do you have a cool
Well, the
mountain
one with,
mind?
like the tentacles.
Yeah, the one with like the little tentacles
Trainers.
that eats things.
Yeah.
Goose or whatever the
I
cat's name
did
is.
at one point in time.
We lost it.
So Reggie, how do you ask
lost
for
the
your
chat.
parentals?
I don't really, because like they don't have. I guess they have like ways to take people outside of time or whatever. Maybe. Like I don't know how you could do it, but there's some mean people who would probably try to get through to me through my parents, and I don't want that to happen. 'Cause they're
I love how
mean.
southern Reggie
Eris
got.
thinks about it and then goes.
Reggie becomes Southern for today.
Eris thinks about it and goes. If anyone were to go
Trying
after
to
my
trick
parents,
Valerie.
I don't know if they could kill my parents if the gods could stop that person.
Wait, what?
Eris is thinking if her parents were to die by some cause, I don't know if asking for godly protection would have prevented it, considering how strong her parents are.
But Reggie's parents are not.
Yeah,
That's true.
they got a
Eris
single
thought
level
about it and then went,
between the
I'm
two
a
of them.
diamond level adventurer and an ancient dragon as my parents. I feel like
Yeah.
Valerie, in her opinion, is like,
Holy so
Father
much.
Nathaniel's my dad, kind of.
I really
But
thought
if he
Valerie
dies,
was
he
gonna say
dies.
Parents are overrated.
damn.
But if he dies for Aspen
So
Wilson.
that is pretty much what she just said.
Damn.
No, I mean that's literally her belief. If he dies there, he dies there.
It would be really funny. And
She
Eris
probably wouldn't even cry.
I want to help Eris. I'm going to get rid of the problem that's plaguing her dad. And then Eris goes, "Can I get a pony?"
Hey,
I want a sandwich.
I think it would be really funny. Eris goes, "Can I get a pony?" And Nara takes out her Pokeball. I can give you my horse.
But he doesn't like me.
That's fair. He doesn't like anyone.
He bites my feet.
He bites my feet is crazy.
Fingers when you try to feed him carrots.
I was gonna say when you're riding, he just turns around and nips your toes.
He
So-
definitely is the type where you try to feed him, you have to keep your
Crazy.
fingers fully flat, or he will try to bite your fingers.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, there's ideas. This might be. No, that was just like end of the bush.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ!
He's excited.
I love the Burns family.
See, I thought my Discord might have messed up because everything just went dead silent for a second.
And then you hear that.
And I heard that and I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
That's so goddamn funny,
Hi, Cat.
So I.
Hello,
So-
Toby.
bro.
Reggie.
You want my toe?
Yeah.
Look at
You
you.
gotta like, I don't know,
Oh.
pull him out of space
Oh,
and time.
Nah, that's
for...
OP.
We
Never
don't
mind.
need anything that extreme.
I mean, that'd be cool though.
Hey Dom, can I get a
a
fun
little
feat
tour.
feat
Your
called Boon of
parents would be
Devastating Critical?
Happy with that. And
I mean,
what?
if they come to like a
Continue.
cool, like, I don't know, Disney plane or whatever, you give them a tour of it. I think it'd be a cool little vacation for them.
How long are you trying to have this done?
Well, I don't think it would be like a permanent relocation for them, but like if they're in danger via, I don't know, people who are trying to get to me or whatever through them, or just in general, if they're in like serious danger,
Clarify,
you can
I
just
kind of
like
think it's the joke, Dom.
bamf them out of time for a little bit.
Yeah, just play Cloak and Dagger.
Us against
I
the
hate
world.
you. I hate you.
We
I
could.
fucking hate cloakmates. I hate them.
Hey guys, what if I gave
on them.
myself the Dullahan ability of on crit they die?
You could place
To clarify, that's a
protections
joke.
on them.
Mavana?
They said that they could place protections on them.
Yeah. Basically, I'm asking them to, if my parents are ever in danger, they can just like take them for a little bit or like do something to protect them until the danger's gone.
It's literally he's asking them to be Cloak and Dagger for them.
Yeah, just give him cloaks, right click until
That is doable.
Grandpappy leaves. As what?
Fuck you,
It's
Grandpappy.
Cool.
Hmm. Interesting. What does Eris want?
What does Eris
Hey,
want?
hey Dom, there's a
Little
funny
hat
feat I
driver.
just found. Nah, that's not what you would take. So there's one that I think isn't broken, especially since it's a boon. It makes sense.
Why am I scared?
It's not. It's strong, but it's not OP.
Honestly, the crit or they die thing is probably fine. Eris doesn't roll that many crits.
Well,
Why are
You
you
said that.
correct? I'm upset now.
look, you
I
made her
roll one,
cry.
I roll always with advantage, and I roll one maybe every like 4 combats. Like statistically, it's
I
an
would say
anomaly.
same, but then I
I roll
rolled
a
2
crit
crits
like
on
once
the
every like
same
50.
Eldritch
Like I
Blast.
roll like 50 d20s and roll 1 crit out of them. It's ridiculous.
Legitimately,
Now,
that's
on
just the luck.
Rika, that's a different story.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Christian. Ironically, that is just luck with barbarians. In another campaign, barbarians, same problem. Don't roll crits ever. Roll 19s all the fucking
Get
time.
an expanded crit range.
That'd be actually kind of sick.
Never mind, I take it back. Can I expand my crit range for my spells?
No.
No.
All right, I've talked to you about this, Scott. No expanded.
But if it's an
spell range.
epic boon,
Honestly,
No
expanded crit range is
expanded
really good for
spell
Eris. Or
crit
taunt
range.
ability.
why not?
Cause fuck
Like a
that.
duel or something.
Spells would already do a lot of fucking damage.
But it's
Considering you have a
it's
spell that is
somewhat
5d10 or what is it, 6d10 force,
Oh yeah.
to have an expanded range for crit would be insane.
Hmm.
Considering
It's
that's
a
a
fifth level
minimum
spell.
like what? Minimum like 66 damage on crit
I think
because
Yeah.
you max out the first rolls.
that, or you can. Eris can also do something to get a taunt ability.
I'm thinking
Oh!
that it's actually
While you
also
figure it
good.
out, I'm gonna run to the map.
She's going to go. Well, in terms of trying to help others, every time I try to defend people, I can only hold back so much. Can you make it to where I can protect more people at the same time? In a way, she's asking for a boon called Complex Reflexes, which is there are no limit to the number of attacks of opportunity you can make in one round.
That's insane.
And the opportunity attack doesn't expend your reaction.
That's
If anything such as
insane.
incapacitated condition or the shocking grasp spell is preventing you from taking reactions, you can't take the opportunity attacks.
That's insane.
She's basically asking for Tunnel Fighter, but as an epic boon.
That's cracked.
Okay. Hold
It is
on.
correct.
Pause. Go again, cause I fucking what?
It
There's no limit to the
basically-
number of
yeah.
attacks of opportunity you can make in a round. It doesn't take your reaction. And it doesn't take your reaction. That is the feat.
Send it
If
to
anything
me.
would prevent you from taking
That is
reactions like
nuts.
Shocking Grasp, I
Also-
can't take them.
see Toby.
Send them to me.
That's actually so cracked.
I was thinking about it, I'm like, as a feat, it's dumb, but as like a epic boon, I'm like, maybe it's doable. I was thinking this makes sense to ask of the combat gods.
Yeah.
To be completely fair, this is ironically a class feature that exists in the game already.
Whose is it?
From fucking where?
The 18th level Cavalier feature, Hold the Line.
No fucking way.
It's not that strong though.
It's pretty fucking close.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but Hold the Line doesn't. I think it's not infinite, is it?
No.
It is.
No, Cavalier is literally just Polearm Master. Plus Sentinel.
No. The highest level feature of Cavalier.
Oh, Vigilant Defender?
Oh, Vigilant Defender, that's what it's called.
I see it. Yeah, you just get reactive.
Yeah, you get reactive. You can make an op attack every fucking
Which is
turn.
closer to where I was going.
Yeah, I think that's closer than. Oh.
Unlimited op attacks.
Make unlimited amount of op attacks.
Is that where that
Yeah.
one specifically states only one per turn?
Yeah, versus
Yeah,
like
one
if somebody
per
moves
turn.
past Eris twice, that's 2 op attacks Eris can make, and that's
No, the
crap.
thing that would be broken with it is op attack. Oh, you attacked my friend again? Op attack.
Op
You
attack,
attacked
yeah.
my friend again?
Yeah,
Op
with
attack.
Sentinel, that's cracked.
No,
I
no,
think it's
I will
one
note you
per-
can't do that regardless, because Sentinel explicitly states that it is not an op attack you make. You simply
You can
use
use
your
a reaction.
reaction to make a weapon attack, not an op
That's
attack.
fair.
Very specifically. So also the
But-
speed reduction on that does not count.
I think the Cavalier feature is a good like substitute for it, though.
The Vigilant
I
Defender?
am
Or-
going to
yeah.
use something different.
Okay. She's asking. The gods can give her what the gods want to give her.
Because
The
that
gods.
is a little
Yeah, I
too
felt
strong
that.
already. I will give you a boon that allows you to make a number to get a number of. Oh, actually,
12 reactions.
I'm trying to find a good number.
A number of op attacks equal to your proficiency bonus per
That's a lot.
6 is insane.
That's a lot.
It's 4!
Half your
Well,
proficiency
6
rounded
later.
down.
6 later is insane.
It could go half proficiency rounded down.
Half additional.
Half your strength mod rounded up.
Actually,
Half proficiency additional.
hold on.
Basically, along the lines of what the original thing was called. Hold the line is what you were talking about.
Sorry,
Vigilant
Vigilant
Defender.
Defender.
Vigilant
It is Vigilant Defender, but like hold the line is kind of the concept of it. Is like Eris is like, can I defend my friends from multiple enemies? Do I have to? Can I only prevent the paladin for instantly the monk to come around and still kill everyone anyways?
I think I will give
4 extra attacks to Eris.
your boon allows you to take an amount of extra reactions per round equal to half your proficiency bonus.
Oh, more
I will
sentinels.
note this does not just mean op attacks.
Yeah.
That's good.
Someone give Ares 7 levels in a spellcaster class.
Right?
Well,
Cast a
you
spell.
forget that Eris also now becomes an insane party helping tank.
Nah, we just.
Hey,
want
y'all get hit, resist. You get whoever she's bonded with get hit resistance.
I can do it multiple times in a round.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because it takes my
Oh my-
reaction to give you that resistance to an
I
attack.
think reactions are
God.
definitely our
Granted, it's only
downfall
one
in this
person.
party.
Good.
Absolutely not.
That's insane.
What's insane?
Reactions are one of the best things y'all have.
Well, no, I say our
Reaction.
downfall is our reactions because we don't have enough reactions to.
No, you're saying y'all have the
do a
insane
lot.
amount of reactions.
Well, yeah, now we do because
somehow
Reggie
doesn't
gets
feel
the-
like enough, guys.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even before what I just gave Eris, y'all have an insane amount of reactions.
Well, I mean,
2
before
people with
the,
Polearm Master and Sentinel. 3 people with Counterspell.
I'm not saying our reactions are bad. I'm
saying
just
the amount of
saying
reactions
we would
is
be
like-
so much strong. Like we're limited because we only have 1 per turn.
My point is, y'all still have enough overall that it doesn't matter.
I think
Yeah, we have
most
the
Y'all have
ritual.
stopped. Y'all have won every single reaction battle.
most people
we are good with
most,
reaction chains.
most parties have like
Well,
2 or
that one
3
guy who
good
went to the Feywild
reactions
will save
on
their
the team.
lives.
Well, that's because Don retconned how far away
Most
he
parties
was
have
from
like a counterspell and a polar master
Yeah, exactly.
and stuff like that.
Y'all have 2 Polar Master Sentinels, which is a huge area control ability.
Mine
3
was because of the
counterspells,
defender.
huge spellcaster denial. But 2 of which being you can do subtly. I think one of which you can do distant.
No,
Yeah,
Reggie
y'all have
Mine
a
was
lot
for
of.
defense purposes. Rika's is
Okay,
because she's a
Naraki distant.
monster.
That's the
Oh
one I was
yeah,
wondering.
yeah. Nora has
You have
subtle and
distant.
Those are my 2.
I have the
Exactly.
shitty counterspell.
You have
Yeah.
the normal counterspell.
You have the
Thank you.
divine.
I have the
So-
disadvantage counterspell, Dom.
You're
Fair.
our last resort. Actually, you should be our first resort, so that if your counterspell fails, somebody else can.
Issue with that is Valor's
Cool.
never near enough.
Yeah, I
Keep
know.
her at the end. That way, when they counterspell our counterspell, it's usually at 3rd level because we cast counterspell at 3rd level. That way, hers automatically goes through.
True. That's also
To be
a good
fair,
point.
I don't know if you have noticed, but I've definitely been having a habit of if they can, they upcast counterspell.
That's fair. They do.
Hmm. See, but
Anyway,
my charisma check
so-
is just so good.
Time to
Hey,
create.
Yeah,
hey,
I think we can workshop
About to get better.
the
Easy,
nuances
easy.
of Eris's boon later. Just 'cause
Easy.
know
I
it'll
can't
take a
split
bit.
this.
What happened?
Oh, I was saying we can workshop the nuances of your boon, like have it written out.
I think that's
later.
fine.
Yeah.
Half proficiency bonus reactions per round.
Additional
up
or
or down?
total?
Additional.
Round it up or down?
Round down. Round down.
Okay.
Round down because
So right now, you got
have.
3 reactions per round. At level
4.
17,
Oh,
you
yeah,
have
3.
4.
God
Yes.
damn.
Which is a lot of reactions.
Yeah.
That's good!
And mind you, that does in fact, Brian, allow Eris to now, hey, you hit my friend, bonk. Hey, you hit my friend, bonk.
Yeah, that's so good.
It's kind of funny.
And now you can't move.
Well, that doesn't affect
that
that.
one doesn't. It's not protect.
Oh, it's a different
It
one.
just lets you
No,
make
no,
an
no, no!
attack if
It'd
that
be even
happens.
funnier is if bonk, you hit my friend.
What is-
Bonk,
what
you
is
hit my
this
friend.
doing? Toby,
I'm gonna
Toby,
run away! Nope, you're not leaving!
Look at Toby.
Whoa.
I'm still gonna call it Boon of Combat Reflexes.
Simon.
What are you doing?
Boon of combat reflexes.
I'm here. You are just a city cat.
What's funny?
You come
What's funny,
to
Christian? Combat reflexes is a feat from
You
3.5.
so mama.
I was
Oh.
wondering why that sounded familiar.
You so tummy.
What
I'm gonna
it
call
did,
it. You know,
what it-
changing it to Boon of Bonk.
what it did in 3.5 was it gave you a number of reactions per round
Ow!
equal to your dexterity
It
modifier.
hurt. Your claws
Why is he
hurt, bro.
biting you?
Huh?
And
No,
No,
mind
he
you,
clawed my face.
Ouch.
in 3.5, dex mods can be like plus 11.
Actually, I'm gonna change the name to Boon of Uncanny Reflex.
That's a good name.
Uncanny reflex?
Boon of
Uncanny
Uncanny Bonks.
Uncanny.
Boon-
Boon of overbonking. That way it abbreviates to boob.
Boo! I love that.
Boon. No. Boon of obsessive bonking.
Ah.
Or no, Boon of Obsessive Poking, obviously.
Boop.
It's boop boop.
Boop.
We're not Sombra in this bitch. We can't go boop.
Anyways.
You mean break? Because she's the one that goes boop.
No. Sombra also
No,
had
Sombra's
the.
the one who has the like in her animatic, she goes boop.
I see. I'm gonna give Reggie a mace to the face boon.
To the face
No.
is crazy. What do? Just
Face to
smack
the
yourself in the
face.
face?
Well, it's one of Briggs' live. It's so funny.
Do I just have Valerie start speaking in an Irish accent?
Face.
That way she's Moira.
Boon of
I
numerous.
hate it here.
There we go. Boon of numerous knocking.
What?
Bonk.
Bonk
What?
is funny.
He said Boon of additional knocking. That's
Boon of I said Boon of numerous
knocking.
knocking.
So it's
That's
bonk.
funny.
Yeah.
I was looking for a way to make bonk. It took a while.
That's funny.
Boon of non-stop killing.
I was gonna say boon of infectious,
But that doesn't feel like that.
high.
That doesn't feel like the same vibe.
Boon of infectious.
Anyways,
killing.
the word names aren't important because
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll figure this out later.
Yeah.
In
No.
post.
And Rika will figure hers out next session.
Yeah, Rika's was something. And as you I'll make your requests. The gods will say. I'm sorry.
The gods will start laughing at us. Damn, you don't gotta tell us our wishes are
Oh,
stupid,
not
dog.
again.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
tired
messed
of.
up, man.
I'm tired of being laughed at.
He tried to grab my arm and it just
gods.
looked like he just put his hands up.
He's a
You know what? I'm done being laughed at. Roll initiative.
Yeah, roll initiative. We're gonna fight the gods right now.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Bye. This is-
I cast counterspell.
Hey Valerie, you feel fine for the first time in your life as your curse and blessing gets sucked out of you.
Ah, hey yo.
Yes!
Hey yo.
Valerie is normal girl. TM.
Whoa.
Finally!
Wait, that's what Valerie wanted all along. How'd you know?
Mom, I could take the boon of Fire Soul, become immune to fire damage, and gain Burning Hands. I could become a spellcaster.
You're already a
That's
spellcaster.
what Marcy had.
No,
That is
I
what
can
Marcy
cast
had.
it by
That
item.
was
I
what
don't have
Marcy
any
had,
innate
yes.
spells.
I miss Marcy.
I do too. Bring it back.
Bring him back right now.
To be fair, yeah,
Him and Gale need to have a reunion.
there were a lot of other boons that could have happened. I know Anara was looking at one that was immunity to radiant.
My immunity to blindness.
Dom, I jokingly for a while looked at
For
the boon of
blind-based
immortality.
sources.
Okay, listen, that's a fun one.
Hey, Tavares
No,
has
crazy.
that one.
No, Valerie, the boon of immortality.
It'd be funny.
Tavare had the boon of
I
immortality.
was-
That's
I
what
was
I'm saying.
Fucked. That'd be
Unironically,
fucked.
I was unironically thinking of getting the boon of True Sight.
You could
I
have.
was like, that could pose issues later when we go to like a research facility and I get to see Eldrazi for what they are, and Ayers dies.
You get to see
Wait,
the what's it called? The
what?
occult god for what it is.
Boon
The
of
boon
True
of
Sight.
true sight.
You just get 60 feet of True Sight.
Anyways.
I
I
was
was
like-
thinking of getting
So, what did
boon
the
of the
gods say,
Paragon.
actually?
I was like, that would be cool.
Oh, right.
but at the same time-
As well, congratulations,
Thanks.
and we will be watching you.
Please don't.
We'll meet again soon. As they will sort of fade away. Y'all are left to depart this space.
Sparks is gonna like stick his head
What if
out
I
of
don't-
Inara's titties and go,
Because-
Wow, they really do finish each other's sandwiches.
Ah, yes.
They were having a lover's quarrel at the beginning.
Yeah, I wonder what that was about.
They're brothers.
A brother's quarrel. Come on, same thing.
Brothers quarrel.
No.
Brothers by was it by force, lovers by chance.
Oh no.
Ew.
Ooh,
I
there's
forget
another
how
one.
the
Ew.
term goes.
I've gotten used to ignoring
Lovers
Scott.
by
I'm
choice,
just kidding.
brothers by
There's another cool one that's
Regulus, just don't finish that, please.
I feel like I've heard this before
Let's stop
somewhere.
while you're
Some
3 feet in
weird
the
like
ground, and you can
there was
see
another
it.
one I was looking at.
missile brands and
You didn't-
elves. They had this weird like thing going on. It was like brother sister, so I applied brother to it.
Sweet home Alabama.
Hmm.
I heard that from
Okay.
Kevin before.
I'm
don't
not
know what
gonna
an
ask
Alabama
what that
is.
means. I'm not going to ask.
I don't know what an Alabama is.
Probably a dog.
Do you think Kevin played Baldur's Gate?
Yes!
No,
Probably.
no.
No, it didn't come out yet.
Oh, that's
Uh,
fair.
Damn it!
Wait, when did Kevin get yoinked?
Yeah, what
What
year?
year is it right now?
Twenty-
In-
I was saying 2020.
Oh, 2020? So Valorant
He could've played,
The COVID pandemic!
He,
got out
he
before
could have
the
played
pandemic.
Divinity.
Oh yeah.
Divinity, let's go!
He was definitely a Skyrim player. I'm saying he did play D&D. That was why I gave him such a high wisdom, because I'm like, I can low-key metagame with him.
Very valid.
It's one of
Not
those
exactly.
things.
It's probably
I
a slightly
think-
different system.
That's a
just because how the worlds
disgustingly
work.
powerful feat. I love
Let's
it.
see him making
What?
an Alabama joke and never explaining to anybody what an Alabama is.
True.
Sweet home Alabama.
Not a boon that's called Boon of the Armor Smith. You get +1 to your armor class, but its ability is when you're hit with an attack, you can give yourself a +10 bonus to AC against
What
the
is
triggered
this?
attack, lasting till the end of your next turn.
Oh, hell no!
It's just one instance of
Oh,
+10 to your
hell
AC.
no!
It's fun.
What the heck?
It's
Oh,
pretty
just-
strong.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh,
The fact that
hell
it counts
no.
as twice that value is kind of crazy.
To be fair, they get so
I mean-
little.
No, yeah,
That's
still.
insane.
It should be like
That's
triple that
insane.
amount. I feel like.
Anyways, so yeah, we exit the chamber. Do we just go back into the
Is
arena?
it just a feat?
Y'all exit with those interesting words left.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yep, with Reggie trying to figure out brothers
As y'all
by
leave-
blood, whatever.
That's
Yeah.
not what I meant. I'm talking about what they said, y'all
Oh, I thought you were
assholes.
talking about
assholes.
Reggie.
No, I'm talking about the we'll see you again soon.
Oh, okay.
Jeez Louise.
It's funny.
As y'all leave this portal, you are now deposited
What the fuck? I'm
Into
not
a
a
waiting
piece of
area.
sediment.
Hey,
Into a
Inara,
where?
When I'm
a sort of waiting
flowing
area.
down a river.
Nice.
Inara, I would have asked for them to help your dad, but they already said they can't do a lot with souls and stuff.
Oh, that was the first thing I asked for. That's why they said no, and so I figured
Yeah.
if I can't help my father, I might as well help yours.
I
Thank you.
was.
Don't worry, eventually I'll kill him myself.
Your father?
I don't.
That's a joke.
Your
But
fault.
he also called you a kid and disrespected you, and I'm mad at him still.
Well, now I
Did
get
they-
to hold something over his head.
Dom, did they ever they never said what I was asking for. That just that I couldn't do it.
Correct.
I originally had a idea, but it wasn't going to work out.
I assume it was along similar lines to mine, no? Restoration?
I had the intention of reviving Archmage Samaya.
I see.
You reviving a wizard?
Noble cause.
Crazy times we're living in.
I have a question.
Yes.
This is for Britt and Scott.
Huh?
Hey guys, how many points do y'all have?
Points?
My points.
Oh God, we have points.
Tournament
Oh.
points.
Scott has that.
I forgot to write it after I think the
I never
fourth
had the
or
amount of
third
points.
round.
Did we
That's
get
a-
any from this?
You will have,
Right.
but I need to know how much you already have.
I think we're around
Jesus
5K.
Christ,
I gave y'all
points.
the I gave y'all the amount, and I forgot to
Scott
say
had it. I never
we
wrote it
have
down.
we have
follow up.
10,065
Oh, okay, there you go.
because
I
we got
forgot we got
5,000
points.
from something.
From the last round.
Awesome.
Yeah.
As y'all approach, as y'all are landed here, a young attendant will sort of come up and go, you have a current point total of 20,000 points.
20.
Yes.
So they gave us 9,935 points.
I
Yes.
believe they
Reggie
did it for
doing the math.
simplicity's sake.
They did
What a
indeed, for
Regular
some
what a
reason.
weird. Why didn't they just give us 10,005?
And Nara's about to look
Yeah,
over.
it's
Nara
good
looks
stuff.
over. She's like, "I did not take you for one to be good at mathematics."
Hey,
That's just
I
me.
was around Valerie
If-
for long enough
If
that I picked up some of the.
if Kevin was here, he'd be like, "It's a capitalist society. Of course, they put a cap on your earnings."
It's just so funny to me.
This
that
is not
they
the
only
capitalist society. Thank you very much.
They're
The limit
That's
is
taxing
the,
it
that's the
and send it to
federation.
the
That's the
church.
federation. That's the capitalist society.
This is a theocratic society. They're taxing it and send it to the church.
Nice.
We call those tithes.
They're times, yes.
That's funny.
The prize counter will be still open for another week.
Yeah.
And
Shopping
during that time, your bastion will also be presented, as
Cool.
will any outstanding offers you have.
Yes, Jim.
I believe I was informed I must escort Miss Redbane to hers now.
Now.
Yes.
Oh.
They would like to get that over with as soon as possible. And
Dang,
certain
beautiful.
parties are interested in all of you as a team and would like to make statements and offers.
Oh. Okay. Well. And she'll like turn to the rest of the party and then like turn back and go. Do I need to be in
Shrugs.
attendance alone, or
You could bring someone if you wish.
she'll like?
Or
Take me,
the
take
entire
me.
group.
Take me is crazy.
However you want to do this.
Um,
Though we will ask anyone who go to not divulge this information.
Eris goes, if you don't take me, at least choose little guy.
Well, I see. Okay, well, okay. And she'll, like, turn back to the party and, like, this is a very split decision, so, unfortunately, Regulus, there is no price for you to negotiate this time, so, take a break, take a breather, and
But I
then
wanted
she'll turn
to
to Eris
see
and
it.
she'll, like, put her hand, huh?
I said, but I wanted to see it.
She'll, like, turn, or, like, just her head around to the attendant while she's, like, facing Eris and go, how many am I allowed to bring?
To your entire group.
Well, I suppose, do you all want to go on a field trip?
Where are we going?
What are we doing?
I will have to, unfortunately, teleport us there. I was given a scroll for the occasion.
Oh,
They
that's
informed
fine.
me that this will be... It will work, is what I was told.
It
I was mostly
will
joking about
work.
my
No, she doesn't have a scroll, she has an item.
I see. Well, we don't have our raries up, right? Because the tournament just ended.
No.
Well, yes, because the fact we were on the pre-buff beforehand.
Oh, we only got long rest, like, right after it
We
was
did
over,
get a
right?
whole long rest reset after the fight.
But was it a long rest reset in the form of, like...
It was a long rest reset to reset you before the fight.
So, yes.
So some of y'all
Yeah.
would still have stuff probably before the fight with full resources. I should say that.
So if you precast things, those spell slots are probably gone, but I think that's it.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
they refreshed those. That's why I said with full resources.
So if we cast, Dom, give me a yes
the
or no. Is
effects
there
are
a raries or not?
there. The effects are there. The expenditure is not.
Okay. But give me a
Okay,
yes or no.
so
is
we
the raries
do
there or
have
not?
a rarity.
Okay.
I believe we
Yes,
would
if
have a
y'all would have
raries.
put that up beforehand. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I put that shit up for the fight.
Okay.
Raries.
Combat communication is key.
Telepathic bone.
Then Inara will, in the raries, just tell you guys, I suppose you all are used to seeing me perform precarious procedures by now. Alliteration not intended. So, what's another
Particularly
one?
precarious procedures.
Do you want to go along?
What's an
No,
alliteration?
I would actually be a lot more comfortable if all of you were there, but I know there's a certain number of you that would disapprove of what I am going to do and what I asked for.
Then what are you looking at?
What do you mean?
So leave Valerie is what I'm hearing.
What particular procedure are you looking at?
Just an upgrade. Realistically, I'm just obtaining my item from the vault.
Eyebrow raise.
Trust you.
Then why would we disapprove?
Valerie, you're very disapproving of a lot of things.
She has to sacrifice a celestial to put it in her weapon, obviously.
I think
Okay,
Valerie would be
sure.
okay with that.
Yes, Valerie would definitely be okay with that.
Valerie
But
has
it's
space
not
for
this.
them.
What if it's not the celestial's time to die, though?
Not quite.
Valerie
More
hates
like
celestials.
I am.
Hold on.
Oh. Just kidding.
We have
Dom
to
is sending
sacrifice
me
you,
messages,
Valerie. That's
guys.
why we can't bring you along.
Oh, that's not what I'm saying, but.
Yeah.
More like I am taking a step in a celestial direction. Kind of. Not really.
So Valerie will hate you even more.
No.
By chance. Probably.
Hmm.
But you can't judge me for this one because then that would make you a hypocrite. So, I'm okay
It
bringing you along.
depends.
You have a branch.
It depends on what it is.
Well, I suppose you'll have to find out because I am
Who
not
is coming?
comfortable saying it here. If you all want to go, raise your hands, I suppose.
It is a telepathic
Would you raise this
bond.
little guy and little guy?
I
no,
hope we leave Spark.
because the attendant asked who was all coming, and so Inara says, to y'all, if you
I
want to
vote
go,
we
raise your
leave
hands.
Sparks.
I guess.
So you're
I
leaving
shall.
Sparks?
I said I vote we leave Sparks.
No, Mama's gonna eat me as part of the ritual. Gosh.
That's
Oh,
the
you're right, my
celestial
bad.
we're sacrificing.
Okay,
That's
all of
so
us,
sacrificing
all of you are
Sparks.
going, please get closer. Well, you're
Hold
close
hands.
enough.
Yes.
Anyways, as she
Hey,
begins
Max,
to
I'm gonna go to the
cast,
bathroom really quick.
she uses this item, and all of you are encased in a red gem.
Whoa.
This is where we die.
Yeah.
And as this gem sort of crumbles away around y'all are in another area.
Oh, that's a really cool
Pog?
teleportation.
That is an actual item I found.
Okay, cool.
It's a one-use item. It's really cool.
That's so cool.
I've already used it on y'all, ironically.
Yeah.
Does the same exact item Danielle used on y'all at the beginning of the goddamn campaign.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. 'Cause I remember that kind of.
Yes.
I still think the best teleportation flavor I've ever seen is there was like a bard who had teleport, and their sketchbook was like, a living object kind of. So everybody just hopped into the storybook like it was a
So they
goddamn.
just pull the Barbie fucking.
No,
Britt knows what I'm talking about.
no. What is it? Something treehouse.
Magic Treehouse.
Magic treehouse. Yes, they
Dude,
pulled
that,
a
shit, that was
magic.
my shit, bro.
They pulled a magic treehouse. They hopped out of it, and they're
Why are
all
we
in like
questioning?
poses, continuous to like whatever story they were reading. And the best one I remember was that they just had the group of people in the Stardust Crusaders poses.
Amazing.
Wow.
So, as this
Wowie.
crumbles away, you see this room. It's large enough to accommodate all of you, and right in the middle is a very interesting-looking operating table. Lots of straps and such.
I knew it was some kind of weird sex dungeon or something.
You don't have to expose me like that.
It's more like I'm exposing Valerie. Or
As
not Valerie.
everyone enters
Denara.
into this room,
Do I have any idea what the fuck this operating table's for?
looks like it could be maybe for a tattoo or some such.
Okay, I'm back. This is not a tattoo chair.
As we all enter into the room, something strange happens.
Huh? Hi, Toby Cat.
So here's what we're gonna do, guys. Me and Bert have been talking. God of Secrets is not conducive to this campaign, unfortunately.
You mean to the stream?
Why was the term it's not conducive with the stream? It kind of felt like the opening to a Riot dev update.
That's crazy.
Yes. What were you saying?
So therefore, I'm going to, unfortunately, likely be server muting people
You mean server deafen?
who are not server deafening. Yeah, server deafening people who are not in the. Brian, get your ass back here.
Get in the call.
Get back here, boy.
Get in the call.
I saw you deafen. I said, Brian, get your ass back here.
But for
Get in the
future
call.
references, also, I think,
will-
because we'll capture my audio on the stream, if I'll probably just take my headphones off, and then y'all just tell me when to put them back on. For if anybody else jumps in, got a secret, quote unquote.
That way we can have it a little bit on the stream, so the stream itself has things.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yes. Which is
Which?
relevant. Yes, which is relevant.
Valerie?
Is I'm going to need some of y'all to deafen real quick. I'm going to have to deafen some of y'all real quick.
Can I
It is
say it?
not who you would think.
It's
As
Just tell me when I need to take off my headphones.
We
shit.
could. Steve joins the call just.
We'll be
for
taking
this.
off your headphones, please.
Wait,
Oh.
Yes.
Bye, Brett.
Who's not getting deafened?
I have to look.
Dom's the only one not deafened.
He's talking to himself.
Hello, so chat.
I also like how
Chaos
Brit,
control.
Brit sees us laughing, but she can't tell us
Christian?
what we're laughing about.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You are getting server deafened.
Goodbye.
It's like
Goodbye,
elimination
Christian!
style from like Survivor. or
Brian,
some shit.
I need you to deafen as well.
Oh,
Really?
what am I doing?
Reggie,
I don't like this.
everything around you fades. As you look around, and out from almost looking like it was from behind another one of your party members,
Mm.
An individual walks out.
Is he ugly?
Individual you did just see. As Talion sort of looks at you a little sheepishly. Goes, yeah. We did
You don't
say
like-
we'll see you soon.
Isn't this a little too soon? It's been like 5 minutes.
We're each gonna be approaching all of you individually.
Oh, okay.
We
You just chose me
chose who
first.
we want.
Yippee! Which one's
Yeah.
Alien? I forget.
Black, winged sword, the chaotic good one.
And what's his Dominion?
His dominions, as you would know them, are. I have to pull this up again because I fucking
Is
got rid of it for a second. Forge and War,
Damn.
and a
See.
lesser known one that, well, not lesser known, but one that doesn't really confer much powers. Annihilation,
Oh.
as his artifact sword is titled as the Sekastalion, which is literally just the sword that gives destruction to all.
Cute.
Yeah. So, not a secret chat.
So what's on the what's it called? Whenever it's like a to-do list for a meeting.
Agenda?
Yeah, what's on the agenda?
Well, I wanted to extend you a bit of an offer.
Oh, that's what the lady was talking about. Or wait, was it y'all talk? Is them talking about offers to us, right? Or was it the lady? Because they were like, you'll go and get offers. from
Yes,
people.
yes, actually, it was her.
You're the people the lady was talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
There are likely going to be others, but we are the two main ones.
Oh, I see.
I
What is
know a little bit of your situation, and I know you have issues you're dealing with. A particular
Don't we all?
person you need likely slain.
My bitch grandpa, am I right?
I am offering you a bit of use of my domain. This will unfortunately be a one-time thing,
Okay.
but it will let you output a level of destruction you haven't seen before.
Like destruction to one specific person or an
Destruction
area?
on one effect you use.
See, because I don't want to like hurt everyone else because I can't control big destructive powers.
I would warn you not to do that, but if you use an area attack and your friends are in the radius, I don't think you'll be able to avoid that.
Mm. See if it's like Rika and Valerie, or Rika and Eris. I think it'd be okay.
You might be underestimating it a little bit, but that's
You
fine.
might be underestimating them. I'm mostly joking. I would try not to.
I'm just hoping I don't have to meet them before this is all said and done. Not in
Oh.
the way I usually meet those like them.
But yeah, I understand. Don't hit my allies with it. Big bad will happen.
Yes. That is my offer.
Okay.
And I
Is it?
only will ask you to do what you are already going to do, I assume. Put a suffering god to rest.
Can I insight him?
Yes.
It kind of feels like there might be like malice in that or something, or like some kind of like not quite malice, but you know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yes.
Like something deeper going on here. Oh shit! It rolled to a 17, then it rolled down to a 3. So
You
3.
can spend a sword point to reroll. It is a check.
Can
That is that is the thing sorcerers can do. Sorcerer's versatility.
am I fucking? I've never been using that. Okay. Can I only do that once, or on a roll,
Yeah,
or can I keep
technically it's
doing that
supposed to
until
be-
they find something I want?
It's supposed to be once. You have to use the next roll, is what it says.
That's crazy. Okay, I'll do it. That's a 16.
You see he has a hint of disgust.
I assume at a god being resurrected, it's probably something he doesn't think should
Less
be
at a god
happening.
being resurrected, more at keeping someone in pain.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, like I'm on suffering because of it.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Reggie will just give him a. That was the plan. He asked me to do it, so I'll. I made a promise.
Yes. If you can do this, I might have a little bit of extra help for you later.
Oh.
I know y'all are
He
facing
comes
a
in
bit
at
of
the final
struggle.
fight. Well,
As he said, I know y'all are facing a bit of struggle with.
yeah.
Yeah,
Any help will be appreciated.
of course. I do once again warn you, though. Use this gift with caution. As
If
above
I
hand,
don't use it, oh
what
yeah.
this gift does. Whatever ability, attack, spell you use, you will do max damage,
Mm.
and it will be converted to unaspected vulnerable damage.
Oh,
So double max damage.
yeah. That can't be resisted or
Correct.
nullified. Well, I guess
Nope,
it
cannot be resisted or nullified.
yeah. Well, I mean, like if they were immune to any damages, it wouldn't be nullified. But if there's an ability that would like give them invulnerability for an attack or something,
I
like
guess theoretically,
not.
yes. But
Yeah.
the issue is it is unaspected. It is not any type.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
So yeah,
Yay!
once.
Yippee!
But yes, that's the
I use my
double-edged
DM
sword.
inspiration to do it twice.
That is the double-edged sword.
Yeah. Well, it's less of a double edge and it's more of a very brittle blade that'll break after one use.
Well, it's
I'm
the
not
fact that
hurting
you can
myself.
absolutely take out one of your friends with this.
But I just won't use AoEs. I'm gonna, like I was saying, I was thinking about making spells for each of the Zodiac or something.
No,
I
I
was
get you.
thinking of like one of my higher one would be just like a single target, like big shot, like Sagittarius, like bow and arrow
Yeah.
type stuff. So like one like massive hit,
That's fair.
but that'd
Fair.
be cool.
All right. But yeah, as he will
Great.
sort of turn and fade away.
Okay. No handshake, no contract. Cool.
As the agreement he figured is done.
Okay. Yippee. Guys, I feel so powerful now.
Welcome back.
We're alive.
Reggie
Are we dead?
got ultimate power.
Reggie died?
basically.
Are we
Are we
back, Pat?
dead? Everybody dead?
No. Well, y'all might be in the future though.
I love
Inara.
the fact.
Yeah.
I love how we went into this thing for Inara, and then he goes, Inara.
Right?
He was
Said,
like,
"Inara,
actually, this
fuck
is for
you."
Reggie.
So, as Inara, you see two individuals step forward.
And they talked to
Seemingly
Reggie
out of-
first? That's crazy.
Seemingly out of y'all know only afterwards, after they step forward, y'all didn't notice them.
Oh.
They almost blended into the background.
Oh, they're in that Disney blue.
As they step forward and one of them is holding this brilliant,
Okay.
almost ink.
I really thought it was going to be a scalpel for a second.
Oh, there's scalpels and such already laid out next to the
Never
bed.
mind.
Operating
Ah.
bed.
For me.
There's a bunch of tools.
Okay.
There's this brilliant, almost ink that seems to be writhing, though.
Oh, is it some ichor?
It looks
Some bodily
almost like
fluids?
it's constantly forming brambles.
Oh.
As it's shifting and turning in on itself.
Interesting.
Interesting.
And as it almost seems to be trying to consume itself.
Cute.
As they will go, Lady, Lady Redbane, if you would please get on the table.
Do you...
Get on the table.
Do I have to take off my Mizium apparatus?
Yes.
Okay, I will take that off and then I'll get on the table.
Okay.
And then on the other note of that,
If all of you would please.
my wings have to be put away.
Are you okay with them being here for this? You might be in a bit of an indecent state. Though we will need you, likely most of the time, facing downwards.
It's fine. Nothing they haven't really seen before, I suppose.
Why'd you look away?
That is fine.
Oh wait, okay.
Of course, they will need you to, unfortunately, get topless.
Yeah, she's stripped in.
As
Disrobe.
it is a full upper body tattoo-ish.
So, does Inara need to bamf her wings away?
Theoretically, no.
Okay.
But she will need
Just
to move
tattoo
them a lot, or they will have to move them a lot if you keep them.
Okay, yeah, I'll just bamf them away if it's easier.
I say they will make it known. You keep the wings, but they'll just have to move them.
Yeah. I'll bamf them away.
Okay.
Little guy,
As
stop
they
drawing
will,
this.
as Anara, once you get into this table, you have to like lay down forward, like face
down?
first.
Okay.
Yeah, and as they turn, all of y'all see them start to tighten straps, and she's like locked up.
This seems a bit excessive.
You will understand once the procedure begins. Yeah. Anyways, we will tend to this now as they set the Mizium apparatus on this table that all of you can see. And as they begin to slowly, you see them put this golden stuff into a basin, and they set the Mizium apparatus in with it. And as all of y'all
They're
see,
my item, guys.
it almost deconstructs. As
Absolutely
several glyphs
profound.
seem to form in the air around it.
This show is getting an upgrade.
As one of them comes to Inara, sort of ironically in a chair, taking a little bit of levity in the situation, as this is a rolly chair.
Not the rolly chair.
Yeah, as they
got the surgical mask
Inara,
and
you suddenly
everything.
feel the sharp press of a blade. They
Where?
begin to slowly slice up your arm.
Ow!
Oh,
As
they're doing a skin
they,
graft.
as they begin, they'll go, "Would you like a sedative with this?"
Probably best. I have my party here, so there's probably nothing to worry about.
Of course.
Sparks will
As
gently
So-
tug on Eris's dress as she says this, and she
Mama told me to tell you to take care of her, okay?
Inara, I need you to make me a con save at disadvantage.
oh fuck, okay. Can I go
As
to
they'll
Blade
go,
Song? I'm just-
as they'll go, of course, and they'll tap Inara's head to sleep.
oh, I can just willingly fail that, no?
You're not expecting.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I don't know if Eris heard what Spark said, but
Yeah, Iris goes, I will.
disadvantage. Oh, love that. Okay. What's my con? 12. So I rolled a 12. Yeah, because I
Nice.
rolled a 6 on the die. So she.
As you are out.
Yeah.
Okay. As you all see them begin to carve into her flesh. And they almost peel some of it back.
Oh, that's so
They're
gross.
putting little things in there to keep it a little bit back. And the other one comes with some of this strange liquid that now looks a lot more goopy, a lot more almost alive.
Oh God.
As they begin to lay it in
What are they doing to her?
very gently. And you know, as they're laying it in, it's interesting. As once it gets laid in, it sort of burrows into her skin a bit.
What the hell are they
Alien
doing?
versus Predator shit.
We'll find out eventually.
We will find out.
As you know, it almost looks like. Valerie, what's your nature?
Oh.
My nature?
I think Valerie's the highest nature in the party.
+9.
I do think Valerie is the highest nature in the party.
I just don't have a high int. But I'm also
You have
proficient in
proficiency?
nature. Yeah.
Yes.
You are? Valerie and Eris. you would note this. Interestingly enough, watching this wrap around her bones and muscles, this almost looks like a vine growing around a tree.
Love that. Party.
As then thorns begin to extrude from this, digging into her flesh. But then where they go very slowly. So probably over the course, you can surmise this will be done over the course of hours. These thorns sort of pull the flesh back, almost sealing the flesh over it.
What the hell? The thorns really are closing the curtains.
As they slowly make their way around her body, turning her this way and that. Anara, make
Does she
me
get
another Constitution save, please.
Does she get
The problem is-
Another
chlorophyllic?
one?
The problem is, I would love to give you resistance to damage, but I can only do that while raging, so I only have 5 uses of it, and this is lasting for hours.
Well,
so
to be fair, it's not really like a matter of, at least with what Sparks was trying to tell you, it wasn't a matter of, I need you to resist damage. It's more like, I need you to make sure they don't do anything extra.
no, yeah,
Or nefarious.
no, but you can tell that Eris is like, I want the easier pain, but I
You
can't.
said also disadvantage,
Nope.
right?
Yes.
17.
Awesome.
I rolled in a
30.
day.
All of y'all, about the time when they finish up her left arm,
It explodes.
and they move on,
Weird.
Inara begins to thrash very violently as both of them sort of step back.
Oh.
And all of y'all notice surrounding where they finished in her left arm, glowing cracks begin to spread.
Oopsies. I may have made a fucky wucky, guys.
As Inara,
Yo, what's
you
up?
wake up not in the room,
Oh.
but in a glade.
Oh. Cute.
You can't give me a serious
As I need-
thing and then say that, Britt.
Oh yeah, as I'm going to lead the rest of you to death in.
Oh.
Ooh, round two.
Motherfucker!
Round two.
Are you gonna deafen us or did we deafen ourselves?
Everyone deafened themselves last time, so I'm trusting y'all.
I won't.
Would it
I'll
be
listen the
okay,
whole
like,
time.
not involved in this at all, but would it be okay if Eris were to walk over and hold the hand of, like, that they had finished on Inara?
You could have. Currently, she is attempting to thrash, and this is all happening. Inara's thing is going to be happening very fast.
I'm not talking about for Inara's thing, I'm just saying, is that something that she could be doing?
Well, no, I'm talking like Inara's going to have a conversation that might take minutes in her time, that will be taking like seconds or less in y'all's time.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, as, like,
Like
disregarding
just before they started, type
not
thing.
as I saw her, like, thrashing, I'm, like, going to take her
That's what I'm saying. You could have started to approach to take her hand, but I don't
Okay.
know if that'll
Still
you'll
framed,
get
got it.
there. I said
Still
yeah.
frame.
I said
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll
I'm just
get
saying,
there.
Eris
still
has the
frame.
intention of doing that, whatever happens,
When
I
we
don't know.
deafen, Eris is like taking a step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because they're
Anyway.
The world
different
turns
reaction.
monochrome.
Yeah, I think something could happen.
Okay, bye.
Oh, okay. Bye, everyone.
As on this table,
Okay.
in the middle of the glaive,
There's a
sitting
table? Like, is it my
Where's-
operating table? Hi, Toby.
No, it is a ordinary, almost nice-looking picnic table
You're so cute.
with chairs set around it,
Do you see this cat?
and sitting at the end of the table is a woman
A woman!
with
She had us in
long
just 2 words.
purple hair that you
Told
know,
you.
upon looking closer, is crystalline
Do I recognize her
with
at all?
brilliant purple eyes.
Do I recognize her?
You
at all?
don't.
Okay.
As she looks at you and smiles this laconic, almost predatory smile.
Oh, okay.
She goes, "Oh, welcome. Sit, dear." As she gestures towards a chair on the opposite side of her.
Sorry, who are you?
Ah, sorry. You may call me Dell.
Like Ninth Sister Dell?
Sure.
Right. Toby, can you stop? This is my pen. Toby! And, why have you... Are you here?
I suppose you'd call me a servant to Valian.
Ah, I see.
And someone has made very poor choices.
I don't particularly see how this is that poor of a choice, but if you
Let
care to
me-
enlighten me...
You need to see this as maybe you need to see yourself a little better. As she's going to snap her fingers, and a mirror appears in front of you. And you immediately notice the glowing cracks all over your left arm.
I definitely looked at my right arm, but that's fine.
Oh yeah.
Do I recognize the pattern of the cracks? Let's go with that first.
Find that.
Have I
don't think
seen the pattern before? Or is it just like
They're
a bunch of cracks? Just like
it's just a bunch of cracks.
distinct. Okay. Basically asking if they matched the ones from the ritual
No.
that I did. Okay.
Not quite.
Okay. Interesting.
You don't understand, I see.
I'm sorry, I don't.
Then maybe it'll be better if I show you this way. As she's going to make a pulling motion.
Huh?
And you see out from you comes the spectral image. And you do recognize this image, as it is your soul.
Huh.
Shot through with those same cracks all over the left section.
I'm still confused. The last time I saw this visage, they weren't only localized to my left side.
Yes. Well, someone decided to play with Vey after getting her soul damaged.
Is that a problem? My other tattoo seemed to work fine.
Your other tattoo was not directly infused with it. It merely envisaged the power. This is a bit more direct.
I only asked for a small upgrade. I didn't... Isn't this a bit much?
There's no real small upgrade when using this power.
Then... What? I took one step too far and now I'm off the cliff.
You're falling. But we could help you.
Who's we?
Me and my boss, I guess you could call him.
I've already asked for my boon. Far be it from him to give
Indeed.
me another.
Not quite a boon. Maybe a gift or a transaction would be more appropriate here. Because we can give you what you need.
And in exchange?
Time. As she sets an hourglass on the table, she goes, in exchange. Well, all we ask you maybe leave some of the body when you're done with him at the end of your mission.
I don't understand. The end of my mission is returning my father to his body.
I suppose the end of your group's mission, I should say.
But I don't. My soul is held up fine thus far.
I
Why?
don't here trying to tell you that it will not. Forever. You need to get it repaired. You're on the track to do so, helping your father. Maybe even before then, if you exploit the right connections.
And how much time do I have before I...
If you do not take this deal, you will not survive the procedure.
Can I roll an insight check? Is that a...
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, is that allowed?
You can roll insight.
Okay. Ooh, natural 19, 24?
She seems to be being truthful.
You're not just saying that to ensure I take this deal.
Of course not. Deal is already in your favor regardless.
How is this in my favor? It's either I live or I die.
Exactly. We are offering you the chance to live. And we'll even give you a bit of permission.
Permission to do what?
To utilize. I see she points to the hourglass. Not many wizards are allowed to.
I don't particularly... He already said he can't.
You said what?
Sorry, he already said he can't. So all you'd be doing is preserving and holding, and to use his terms.
Yes. Until such time as you find a suitable way to restore yourself and your father.
Right, but this seems awfully generous to considering all you want is some of the body.
Of course. We've taken an interest in your group.
I understand.
You aren't the only one receiving such an offer.
I imagine not, and I understand that we did win the tournament against odds, but even still, this... Forgive me for being skeptical, I suppose, but he's not exactly the kindest of deities.
You're correct. But he has his own values and goal he seeks to achieve.
Does he want Soul's power?
Not necessarily.
Then are you allowed to explain to me why the body should be preserved?
I might be, but I will not.
Why not?
Choose not to.
Fair point, I suppose. And?
You might learn it yourself.
And if I choose not to take the deal and to die,
That's unfortunate.
you don't really lose anything, do you?
Not necessarily. We lose an interesting individual. One who could have done great things in the world.
Don't goad me. What about his...
You lose yourself and your father.
Right. I just said not to goad me, but okay. And what about his progeny? They've already taken quite the interest in us, and...
Indeed. They were the ones who sanctioned this experiment at all.
I see.
Acquired both of them. The ones that matter.
More strings.
Not on you.
No, but
But strings, yes.
does he know what his son wants from us?
He does.
I suppose, for lack of a better term, are we allowed to tell him? His son. Give him the information he wants.
He has no issues with it. What his children do are their choices.
So, why did they sanction this for me?
You were doing, likely, to be doing a mission for one of them. And the other is...
We've already repaid her debt. She's already
So,
repaid her debt, I mean. Sorry.
So she has. That doesn't mean she doesn't find your group useful.
Sorry, he bit my heel.
That's what he walked slowly up for.
He bit my heel.
It's kind of amazing.
Anyway, sorry.
Kind of amazing.
So what? Is this... I suppose I don't know if you'd be able to tell, but is this transactional? Purely? Or are they doing it for some sick humor?
I see.
Or other
Humor
reasons?
isn't quite the right term. In the form of one of them, I believe goodwill is what he seeks. The form of the other, maybe they seek. She likely seeks debt. Not any outrightly stated, not any confirmed, merely the debt one would feel towards someone doing them a favor.
So then why aren't they here to negotiate with me directly?
Who says that she would want to cash in on that now?
That she doesn't have to, but I figured if she wants to seal the deal, it's better to show face.
This deal is not with her.
Then who is it with?
Vaguely.
And he can't be bothered to...
Hi, Toby.
Jesus Christ, this cat. And he can't be bothered to...
Show himself.
I was going to say extend his good graces any further, but that is...
How so?
Well, I mean, we've already met twice. Isn't third time usually the charm?
Oh, but he...
Stop it.
Maybe he assumed he'd respond better to a woman. You do come from Kestia, after all.
I do, but using my country's morals and...
Maybe he figured you'd be intrigued.
By a woman with
Making what
sparkling
I am.
purple hair. I don't know what you are.
In a very casual manner.
The problem is you're almost too casual about gambling with my soul.
I'm not gambling. I merely offered you something with nearly no costs on your part.
You say nearly no cost, but every contract has its loopholes.
Do they now? And what might this one be?
Debt, as you so put it. You can
I'm looking
always
toward-
pull that string if you
Can't we
so
now?
wish.
Should we sign up an actual contract in that case?
Stating what? That you'll be true to
We
your word?
we freeze your soul for until such a time as you find the proper restorative manners to cure both you and your father, and in return you leave at least a arm of the body of Lucifer intact after you're finished. That sounds fairly free of loopholes.
Well, not quite, but say I take you at your word. It's not like I can control how much of his body gets left behind. If I don't land the killing blow, it's hard to tell.
There is only very, very specific circumstances in which any of his body should be gone in general.
A disintegrate spell
Or
still
the-
does the job.
It would not. His body is too robust for that.
How interesting.
To be fair, you do know that.
He resists he can resist the death of a
He
disintegrate.
ignores all insta-kill abilities.
Well, yeah,
You know that.
I guess that's
Yeah,
fair.
that's literally the main thing in the Traveler's Guide.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's right there.
Well, I just meant like, if he dies and then they choose to disintegrate his body, he's an object at that point.
Yes and no. He is still imbued with latent divine power.
I guess
Disintegrate
that's fair.
itself would not work on him.
Okay. Hold on, sorry, I'm writing that down. That is not.
That's all we ask.
Do I need to bring it to you, or does it just
No,
need to?
just merely leave it.
I suppose that's fair. Valian has taken an interest in one of my party members, so go figure Valian would be there. But it just seems too good to be true.
Oh, doesn't it always? Would you prefer the contract?
I would prefer to know.
We've even added a stipulation that both parties will impose no more restrictions on the other past anything written and agreed upon by the alternate party in that contract itself.
Although I wouldn't exactly be able to tell if you created an illusion over the text. That is quite the simple spell.
But that would not be an agreed upon change.
It's agreed upon if you write it on the contract, and that's what I read.
Except agreed upon means you agree on that specific topic, not the contract as a whole. It is that specific clause.
I suppose then we can draft a
Agreement.
contract, provided I give fully informed consent.
Of course. As a contract with those exact wordings appears right in front of you.
Love that. Pretty.
Oh, and you see this pen, very fancy like fountain pen with looking like the handle of a wooden intricate handle with gold filigree. Right, Valian,
That's crazy.
as on one of the signee lines.
And what do you get out of this? You.
Oh, I'm merely a mouthpiece of sorts. I've seen many things. Y'all are in for an interesting ride.
That can't be everything.
Amusement, I guess, is another term.
That's
Though I will be watching y'all after this point.
That's a little more accurate, and although I'm not sure many of my party members would be comfortable with small eyes on them.
Unfortunately, after this event, your party will have many eyes on them indeed. There are items for that, you know.
I'm aware, but anyways, I suppose I digress. And then she'll do a very thorough read over of the contract.
That's exactly as stated.
And should you, I suppose, try to exploit any loopholes, and our deal is off. Same goes for me, of course.
Snaps again, and you see a new clause appear. States should either signatory attempt to impose new restrictions or amendments to this without the agreement of the other party with full knowledgeable consent, this contract is null and void.
Should this contract end, I suppose I'll have to find.
No needed. As under that, with that it says, if the contract has been nullified by a representative or Valian himself, then the freezing of the soul of the other contractee will still be in effect until such time as restoration is found. I believe that covers most of the bases, yes?
Most of them, sure. I've always hated signing contracts.
Oh, you can merely contact me if you wish to talk more after this.
I don't know how much more I wish to speak with you, no offense. But
Untake.
But I do have people waiting, so best not to keep them waiting, I suppose. How do I sign it?
Cool.
Do I sign it with a pen?
You sign it with that same pen,
Okay,
yes.
as I was gonna say, Nara's is gonna pick up the pen and write her name on the thing.
As you write your name, it glows this radiant flame. And then the contract froze up and disappears. Thank you. Now goodbye. Good luck.
I don't know how much I
Your
should.
vision starts to fade.
What did I get myself into?
Hello.
Welcome back.
I exist.
Welcome back. Alright.
Back,
Kill
suckers.
As
Valerie.
Eris begins to
Not
walk
Valerie,
forward,
Anara. Damn.
Anara's struggling by the time you get there has ceased. The cracks are no longer spreading.
Oh. I hold her hand to see if she has a pulse.
Ah.
Pulse
No.
has in fact repulsed. She is
She's
breathing
dead.
She's
somewhat
dead. She's been
heavily.
dead this whole time, actually.
A cast race dead.
Ah.
As they sort of look
I
at
cast
her,
Dance Macabre on myself.
and you see that these two individuals approach her again and slowly get back to work.
Dance macabre on
I
myself.
love how
is
she starts
fucking
spasming,
wild.
and the doctors or whatever the heck they are move back, and Eris moves forward.
Yes.
She's like unconcerned. She could punch me in
Well,
the face.
y'all could definitely see her well, she's strapped down. But they were definitely had this face what the fuck?
You so
Oh.
bad.
Like a very much this was not supposed to happen. Look.
Eris looking at them like expected.
Hey, listen.
Nothing's ever simple with Hinata.
True.
That's
That includes all of her
Okay.
clothing sizes.
as they complete slowly this graft. It takes roughly 8 hours to finish.
You wake up, Reggie and Eris are on the ground playing like cards.
I thought you were gonna say they had a marker and they were playing like tic-tac-toe on her skin.
I'm honestly surprised Reggie isn't reading his book.
Nah.
I should be doing
Eris
that.
has been
I
holding it
forgot
out
about that
the
thing, to be
entire
honest.
8 hours.
I know.
No, it's Reggie and little guy who were playing cards on the floor.
Yeah. It's like
Eris,
wake up.
Eris, 2 minutes before you wake up, starts holding your hand again to make it look like she was doing it the whole time.
Yes.
No, she actually was doing it the whole time.
You wake up with your Vey-infused Visium graft.
And now you can cast a second or an extra first level spell. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's my
yes.
legendary item, guys.
Totally worth.
Totally worth.
So, do you know how it looks? I know you were experimenting on its design.
It doesn't look like anything until I cast magic, remember?
Fair enough.
Inara just looks like Inara. Sans, I guess, the other tattoo she had. The one on her chest.
The rest of you would have noticed over the reading time this almost inlay definitely sort of coated the inside of her muscles and such, and around her bones. And the spellcasters of y'all would have been able to feel a bit of Nara's, for lack of a better term, soul, and but specifically where she touches the weave, interact with this object.
Her signature.
That's the word. It interacts with this object and sort of, you can almost feel this, for a split second, this faint hum along the entirety of Nara's body. And then almost a pulling sensation before it fades real quick. And then, yeah, Inara, you're now awake.
As Master of the Weave, Eris will say, no,
Does this feel any different, considering that I quite literally am a fae?
Not quite.
Okay.
Wait, actually, that's so funny, because now you can't enter my dad's lair.
That's funny.
No, I just need a password.
You don't know it.
Then give me the damn password!
The password.
All I'm gonna say is, if you tried to enter, there'd be a lot of questions before you're given the password.
Motherfucker.
Well.
And not by Eris.
Motherfucker, I will answer them regardless.
True. You try to enter and you can't enter, and they go,
Inara will sit up from the table looking quite, somber. We'll go with somber.
you okay?
Sort of, but not something we should really talk about here, I suppose.
You're right, these doctors are looking at me funny.
I would imagine. Have you been sitting there for the entire time?
It's only been, looks at the watch she doesn't have,
8 hours.
like 2 hours.
You do realize that I have perfect track of time, yes, Eris?
You're shitting me.
Okay, what time has it been?
How long does the surgery take, Dom?
It took
It's
8
an 8.
hours.
8 hours.
8 hours?
Yeah.
7 hours, 59 minutes, and 14 seconds.
15. 16.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Oh, I don't have a watch.
Well, 8 hours. How long did it feel like I was out for?
You don't know, because after that event, it faded. Your vision faded. Yeah, you were just kind of there, like, sleeping, essentially.
I see.
You were
As that was
unconscious.
indeed the spell that was cast on you multiple times.
Multiple times it's crazy. I guess that's fair. I was taking damage, so I would theoretically
Sleep.
wake up.
Also, a spell doesn't typically last the full 8 hours,
Very true.
Yeah, no.
which would definitely have been recast again.
Well, take it everything went well from this end?
Well, other than
Except the people who are working on her.
well, other
I
than
was like, the people that are working on are definitely looking at the party like, y'all gonna tell her, or...
Well,
she
other
kind of was
than
just like
the
giving like
other-
a general scan.
Other than the perhaps 1 minute period where you were spasming as though you were having a seizure.
Ah, Mother did say I got those when I was younger.
No, this was not a. Well beyond that.
No, I'm joking. I didn't have seizures.
You sure about this?
I'm quite sure Well, then again, I didn't know the thing happening with my soul, so I suppose not really, but... still.
Look.
Dom, for funnies, does Anara get seizures in the middle of the night?
Imagine Anara gets seizures in the middle of the night.
Does Anara get
Could
seizures?
have.
Huh?
I think it's just she could have.
Toby,
That's up to you, Britt. That's up to you, Britt.
Yeah, I'm
she does. She
absolutely
sleeps
not
very
Brit.
peacefully, otherwise that would be a very great shock for Rel.
Stop it! Toby!
I guess we should probably head out, and Eris will proceed to Princess Carrie Inara. So where are we going?
I can walk?
Yeah, but I'm not letting you.
Why not? It's
Because
no
you just
different.
operated. Surgery is... You need rest after surgery.
It was more like a glorified tattoo.
Yeah, underneath your flesh, inside your bones.
What are you talking
I
about?
got the theory inside.
Wasn't that graphic, was it?
It was pretty
They peel
gross.
back your skin.
Oh.
Let me just put this into the perspective of it looked like that something was crawling inside of your body.
Oh, well then that makes two of us, Valerie.
Wow, look at you.
Okay,
So much in
poor-
common.
Poor timing, I suppose.
Hey, Reggie, do you have teleports prepared?
Nope.
I can teleport us back to the...
Hmm.
Well, not teleport, but
Basically.
I could use
I'm
the
sure they'd take
magic
us back.
circle.
Okay. We should probably go back and redeem our points and stuff.
Oh, that's
Yes,
I
we
do
would
want to
like-
pick up something.
We're also going to have to deal with all the peoples that are wishing to speak with us.
Oh dear.
Oh, I suppose the
The price of
Hardigan and the
fame.
Relia houses do get bragging rights now.
Yes, they do.
Okay, well...
I remember. SNR talked about wanting a wizard party.
Yeah, but that's later. She was gonna have one a
Hmm.
little later. She she probably would be like, or she probably would have mentioned it a while ago.
Wizard
like a little bit
party.
ago.
Do we also need to hand out your invitations to your arcane abasement?
Oh no, they all know. I do need to speak with Nim, but other than that, everyone else knows. And you're all welcome to come. It's mostly just a bit of a study group, and then the companions.
I want to
True,
study.
I am basically a wizard anyways.
Can I ask why you're speaking with the Lich?
Because she's a wizard and she deserves a spot at the wizard party.
No. I get that. Why her specifically?
Oh, because I haven't invited her yet. We just fought her today, so, didn't have a chance exactly with meeting with the gods and then suddenly getting rushed into this.
We kinda got paraded before we could talk to them.
Would you have talked about a wizard party before? Because I
Yeah.
feel like when Reggie and Nim were dead together and they were spectating, he'd be like, "Yeah, and there's a wizard party later." Like at planned
Yeah.
She would have like off-puttingly mentioned it.
Yeah,
He would have been
yeah.
like, because he didn't know if you were gonna invite her.
She definitely mentioned it probably a little
crazy.
bit after we fought Aurelia for the second time, because after seeing Tiberian's ability set, that's when Anar got the idea for the wizard party.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Wizard party.
and you're all welcome to come. Obviously, probably drinks and other things will be involved. Don't get too alarmed if there's spells getting thrown around. I'll probably ask Master Hardigan to see if we can have it at his manor or not.
If it is any recollection, I will probably decline, but...
Well, you don't have to be around Rafael Beyond, but I'm sure Aurelia would like to speak with you again. Or, I probably will still invite Elemental Aegis despite their lack of a wizard.
Blaze is basically a wizard.
Valerie's about to say some fucking wild shit. Be
Okay.
prepared. Being around that lich brings me emotional discomfort.
Emotional discomfort, and here I thought you were going to say physical, in which case that would have been an excuse. But you're not allergic to her, so I guess it's your choice.
Even wilder shit.
Nara's just like, you're not allergic. You're not experiencing anaphylaxis.
No, but I'm a oracleic patron of Pharasma, and quite literally my power whispers me to kill her.
Yes, I'm aware, which is why you don't have to be near them, but you can go hang out with everyone else. I mean, I'm sure, Bounty of Bahamut might be there, and, all the other people I definitely invited. Dom. All the other wizards.
Valerie's like, I'm almost certain that them being in that presence will either have them avoid me entirely, or specifically approach me to taunt me.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be that obvious. They seem to be, with the exception of Hellenica and Ambrosius, so I suppose only Lucretia, they seem to be homebodies. Seems like they might keep to themselves. But, like I said, I am not going to force you to go to a party. You are also welcome to join the wizards or audit the study session, even though
The wizards.
I'm sure there's probably some ritual spells we have that might be very fun to exchange.
I will go, but it will be one of those situations where I'm going for you and for our celebration, but if one of them looks at me funny, there's going to be problems.
Sweetheart, you're the most likely to look at them funny.
She's not wrong. So anyways, and then I suppose, are we on, our plane, or are we on a demi plane right now? That's what I need to know.
Eris, in the mental bond to Reggie, says,
When y'all are ready,
Gold says she starts it.
so when y'all sort of make the body motions, like body, or say something that suggests to signify y'all are kind of about to leave, again, a person y'all didn't notice steps forward.
Oh.
Is the same girl that brought you here.
Oh.
If y'all are ready to return, I have another item.
Aren't those
How long have you been standing here?
That
12
isn't
years.
important.
Aren't those single use?
They are.
Very expensive.
I was given 2 of them.
Wow. Didn't
How
know
is
those
Get
were
rich
that
in this
important.
country.
You
Nice.
No,
How
we're
are you
just in
expecting
the
to get
biggest
out of
tournament
here?
in the world.
you could have also just played cards with Regulus.
Yeah,
Oh, I
you had an
understand
extra
this.
spot open.
I entertain myself just fine.
I apologize for the wait, sir, I
Scared.
suppose. Oh,
I am quite the prolific reader.
Well, is she a wizard?
You don't see anything on her.
Fuck, okay.
No book.
Regulus, I would have participated in your game, however, I quite literally cannot help but count cards.
Yeah, that's okay. I just play for fun. I don't play to win.
I wish I could have played you.
Everybody ready?
Secretly, Reggie absolutely plays to win.
That's why Valerie didn't play! Because Valerie's like,
He's
I
literally just playing the
can't
smartest
do it.
single guy in Xerxes.
Was it Reggie?
Those are the three
Reggie
guys.
Chevalier when they play. Reggie later on to Valerie when they play
Okay.
Modify Memory.
And
Subtle
you can
cast.
count cards, but technically speaking,
immunity.
there's only so much you can memorize if you don't look at the order of the deck.
So anyways...
You could play probability and have a higher chance of winning, but this doesn't guarantee you're gonna win.
Well, it's the fact that
I
remember,
like to think
Valerie
that
is keep
Sparks
mind.
teaches Reggie how to
Valerie
play
is
Go
keep
Round.
mind.
I'm saying she
She's like
remembers
that.
what
She's like that
she's
one person from
Just holding on. It's
that
Yeah,
one
but we-
poker movie. That's like
What is with cards?
she
Yeah, you
literally
So like,
can't not
Shiny
count
emeralds.
cards.
yeah, you can count cards. Count cards isn't a guaranteed win.
He's
It's just
looking
you have
directly
higher
at Valerie.
odds. Because it's not like you're looking at the deck and then putting it down. You're folding, shuffling. There's an order to it, whatever, and then you're looking at the cards you're looking at.
I think Go Rock needs to be a canonical game that Sparks made up.
True.
And it's
We're playing
Go
War.
Fish, but it's just with
It's a
rocks.
very expensive game.
Yeah, it's got any diamonds.
What price? 300, 500?
Game.
Rocks.
250.
No, I only have a 300.
Skip it.
I'll take it.
No. Like, instead of
think
saying
that's how
go
that
fish, they just say skip it. Like, skip the
Oh,
rock.
like skip
Yes.
rocks.
Um,
No, don't throw my rocks away.
Not the wax.
Not the rocks.
when you
Wow.
get a set
How do
of
we do
4,
it?
you
You
have
teleport
to...
back, and what happened?
Yes, but yeah, we did teleport back.
Do they stab us?
Yes, you will teleport back in the same
Teleportation time.
manner you teleported here.
Whoa.
And then she will go, "Thank you, thank you, all of you, and remember, please do not describe anything you experienced to anyone else."
I literally didn't experience anything.
Ironically, all of you thinking about it, Valerie stands out to you the most. You don't remember the details of the room.
Oh!
What if I took a picture?
What if a little guy drew a picture?
What?
Yeah, little guy drew a picture. With little guy.
Dom.
You can try.
Yeah, I feel like little guy would
With
try
all
to-
due respect,
He
I
gets
was
bored,
deafened
starts
for
painting
so
for life.
long, I don't even know what
He
the
doesn't
room
like
looked like.
cartoons.
To be fair, I didn't describe the room in any detail.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
there was an operating table in the middle with scalpels and shit, and that's.
I'm not
cut
even
it
With
right
kidding.
there.
table and a table on the side
Yeah.
with
All
the base.
Eris got was
Yeah.
scalpel
Dom did that
table,
on purpose.
and she
Yeah.
spasmed, and that was it. That's
Yeah.
all Eris got.
Yeah.
And don't forget, Inara was tied down, bondage and all that. I guess.
Literally
Bondage.
everyone at the table but Eris got way more information than Eris did.
Though, funny enough, if little guy did try to make an image of it, that image looks like a normal hospital room.
Oh.
Guys, look, we were in a hospital.
Sure. I feel like that is not entirely accurate, but sure, that's what we'll go with.
I
Don't
think,
tell
I
Valerie
was,
little
just kind of
guy's
looks at,
accuracy. He always paints
looks at the
perfectly.
person,
I think I was undeafened
and
for like a total of
that
like
sort
5
of
minutes.
knowing stare of like, I know what I saw, and now I don't know what I saw.
don't know what I saw is crazy.
Like,
I may or may not have been catching up on a podcast while I was deafened.
It's okay.
oh, I straight up was watching
That
YouTube.
Yeah, me too.
That room may
I
have
was playing Candy Crush last time we were
protections
done.
in place.
Amazed.
When Reggie was getting old.
I just
That room may
started
have
talking
some
to
protections in
Eric.
place. It is a very, for lack of a better term, important area.
So I know what it does, right? My graft.
Yes.
Okay, great.
But you
I'm-
forgot it. As
I
soon as it was-
wanna kind of. I wanted to write it up. I didn't.
I
write
thought you
it up.
did write up my item. Dom, this is so
I
funny.
wrote up some.
I
No, I started
So
writing
you
it
like-
up and I
Right.
got.
You like
it.
photosynthesize now or something?
What?
Are you a tree?
Yeah.
What did Reggie say? Or what was the first
I
thing Reggie
said-
said?
Do you
photosynthesize now.
Do you photosynthesize now or something?
No.
You're looking slightly greener. You may have chlorophyll.
Yeah.
I think she's just sick of your jokes.
No.
I will-
However.
I will have noted. All of y'all will probably not be so sanguine about this, as y'all would have definitely seen these vine-like constructs absorb, like sucking Inara's blood.
Oh.
Oh, never
Yeah,
mind. Yeah, I wouldn't talk about this.
for a sec they were consuming, and then they chilled, and then they sort of settled in where
Okay,
they consumed.
Then a different statement
That can't be
instead of that,
healthy.
because I wouldn't be doing that. Since we are just in our company, what exactly was that?
So this is the part where you might get mad at me.
I don't like this.
But, given we are in a very unique situation, country, let's say, theocracy even, with a very unique patron god, one of which anyway, and two very unique circumstances with two very interesting 2.5, maybe I'm not sure if I can't remember the
Get
guy's
the-
name.
Hinara, stop
Theodore,
hiding and
whatever
tell
his
us.
name
about.
is.
Get to
Hinara,
the
stop
point.
blabbling and tell us.
Who?
The one Vacast we fought with in Uncat. I can't remember his name. I think it was like Theodore or something. But anyways, with two very unique. And this is like this is probably what everybody was like continue like
Theodis.
get to the point. She was like
Mm-hmm.
Vacast. I beseeched some of their researchers to potentially both upgrade the current tattoo that I had and also combine it with another item I had that you saw me take off. And now, well, I suppose it's better if I show you. Valerie, cast Revivify on me.
Duck.
Waste a perfectly good diamond?
Cast it on me.
She takes out a diamond.
I'm gonna eat it, Dom. Shut up.
You're gonna eat
I know. It's just funny though, because Reggie, waste a perfectly good diamond. And alright, no.
Well, because I don't need the because I don't need the component after that.
I don't know, but it's just funny because
You're
the fact
eating
that
diamonds.
She kind of just goes over, and Valerie takes out like this is actually the first time that Valerie's gonna cast Revivify
Wow, are you stealing one of my class features?
ever. You see that she takes out like her dagger with this as well. On the Revivify, she cuts the diamond and sort of like spirals it in her hand, crushes it and breaks it, almost like that her hand is like some form of like supernatural power behind it from this casting, as rushing like torrential water just comes flowing from her hand. Like, you ever seen like those like disgusting images of like somebody like crushing like a heart and like blood just starts dripping from their hands? Like that, but dark Stygian water just flowing down as
I feel
Valerie's
like I
eyes
want to
go
say that
white.
actually if I ever die.
This doesn't look healthy either.
This doesn't look healthy, it's
Oh,
crazy.
just wait, it might get a little worse.
As the water sort of flow down and touch.
Do I get to describe this, Dom? I suppose me eating
This is gonna be bonkers, is what it is.
As the like Valerie like crushes the diamond and the water, you can already see small like droplets of it shoot towards Inara, like into her chest, and you can see little like almost like her heart is starting to glow. This radiant light, and then like you see the light kind of like as it spreads, it starts to almost shatter and crack, and you see those very familiar cracks of her soul kind of start to embody themselves like and inlay themselves onto her body, and then like it sort of that light sort of just like reaches out and like grabs the magic that Valerie is imposing, and it like starts to like suck it in almost like a vortex. And then you see Inara like take like a deep, almost like a satisfied sigh as her body just absorbs all of that magic, and then the glow kind of fades. And she goes, "Well, you just added a new spell to my repertoire, so if you ever die, I got you."
What do you
Are
mean,
you a
your
Vacast now?
repertoire?
I mean, what they did is similar to what the Vacast can do. What they did to me gives me a similar ability. I can now, where before I could only store a certain amount of spells in my body, now I can store a lot more. And if it is normally an arcane spell, such as that of a wizard, then I essentially get it for free. No cost to me. But if it's a spell that's not of my normal repertoire, like yours, think of it as you adding it to my museum apparatus. But also I get it once for free. I think. That's kind of how they explained it to me.
You want to roll an insight check?
Yay!
Because like, oh
Everyone is,
boy.
like, definitely like saying this like a don't be angry like type of way.
I love how Inara's like, we shouldn't trust the Vacast. And then all of a sudden, so I took the powers of the Vacast.
Insight 17 plus 5.
Character
22.
development.
Okay. That is a 10 total for Valerie on a natural 1.
I also rolled a natural 1, so I don't see anything.
What Valerie's face describes is both extreme levels of curiosity, but also that sort of inquisitive stare that, like, the head of a religious order would look towards a heretic.
And you can't, and our like kind of like clocks Valerie. She's like, and you can't judge me for this. You're the one who went out and became a hexen beast, something similar, some fae. So realistically, that's kind of hypocritical.
What you
To,
have
like,
just
bat her
done.
eyelashes.
What you have just done is absorbed the power of a god, and now you can use it in a blasphemous way.
Not quite. I didn't exactly absorb his power. It's more like, well, from the way that she mentioned it, it's more like him and his children sort of allowed me to use it and access it. Almost like they gave me a key. A temporary key, probably, but, you know.
You got an access code.
Yeah, I got an access code.
You got a demo.
Yeah, I got the demo version. There you go.
Jeez.
And I don't know for how long I'll keep this ability or how much I'm allowed, but it wasn't quite.
How strong of spells?
I believe as strong as I can cast, and if it spells of, you know, my arcane ability, then I believe there's more of a limit on it, but it's kind of hard to describe.
So you're telling me right now that if I were to cast Raise Dead upon you,
I could then cast Raise Dead afterwards. But that's not my intention, of course. I don't mean to step on your toes or anything. It's just...
That's not what you're doing. I don't care that you can have that ability to cast it. What I care about... And this is going to sound very... predilectus of me. The spells are given to the divine, not the arcane.
Yes, very true. However, spell scrolls do exist, and normally arcane
That's
can cast themselves.
different.
Just think
That's
of it as my body has become a library, less of a temple. Listen, if we're going to kill a god, and I'm just going to say it, we're going to need some help from a god killer.
I'm right here.
Inara, you hear a scoff in your head.
Early.
Ah.
Doesn't sound like the one that gave you that ability.
Ah. Interesting.
Sailing in this Angie.
Interesting. Sorry, buddy.
But it's definitely like, wow. Only thinking him, that's lame.
Not the only thinking of him, he jelly.
Ah, he's more like a, put some fucking respect on my name.
No offense to any other gods out there, it's just there is one that has given proven results, and so I may have struck a small deal with him. Small, not very large. Minuscule, really, in the grand scheme of things.
Reggie,
Wedge.
you get you get a small voice in your head.
Oh.
Alright, motherfucker. I'm giving you another free use. I'm giving you a free use of this once you on that god.
Okay.
Use it to kill him. I'll give you, I don't know, something cool.
I don't
Okay.
know, something cool is happening. Talion is upset.
Look,
People.
I am glad that you are thinking about protecting me from at least that particular idea. It is my dedication to keeping people alive. And I'm glad someone else shares it. But you didn't have to go this direction to do it.
I don't mean to sound crass, but I didn't quite do this just for you.
I know.
Honestly, I suppose it was for a bit more selfish of reasons, and also fair timing that the wizard party is after this was done, because Hot Stopped seemed like quite the interesting spell. And obviously this was in place long before we fought, you know, Wrath of the Beyond, but you know, I wanted to be able to help you all more, and I don't have... Well, I do have plenty of utility spells, but I would like to have more to assist you all and feel, I don't know, a bit more useful. So...
What are you talking about?
What?
You're saying you don't feel useful?
Not necessarily, that's not what I mean. But I mean more like, you all do such great things, and in combat it's really hard to keep up, so, you know, I thought this might be easier to even the playing field, or at least boost our baseline. You know, you Valerie, you do so much to keep us all alive, and Reggie, Rika, and Iris are powerhouses. It's not really like I don't do too much to keep up.
You have saved our lives on multiple occasions in ways that I cannot.
I don't know. One barrier spell
Okay.
is not really anything special.
I'm
did-
not actually a good magic user, but I don't think we would make it this far without you at all. You are a lot stronger than you give yourself credit for.
As much as I hate wizards, and trust me, I hate wizards. They are powerful. I know this, and you are becoming one of the strongest wizards I know.
I don't know.
I would like to dispute. Oh, wait, never mind. That's a Valerie bias, anyways.
I said I hate wizards!
No. I was about to say I would like to dispute that wizards are not the only powerful spellcasters. They are not the only ones in this world with pinnacle spells.
I'm aware.
I forgot to tell you all this. Pinnacle spells. That is my term for your epic level spell. Everyone gets one. You get one pinnacle spell. It's essentially the impression you leave on the weave itself. It is literally the pinnacle of you as a spellcaster.
Is that what that 10th level spell is?
Which one?
Is that what a 10th level spell would be? Like a pinnacle
Sort of.
spell?
Yeah, it's an epic level spell, essentially. Yeah, everyone gets basically one. That's basically it's literally their purest representation of them into the weave.
What's Melora's? What's Zalma's?
Oh, I already know what Solace
You
is!
sent it to me. It's ridiculous.
I think you've told me once. I forgot.
He sent it to me. It's
Psychoempathic assimilation.
Right.
Still
That's that ability I sent you from her, by the way?
abilities.
Yes, that's dumb!
It's stupid, but it fits, because Alun is, in fact, that kind of god.
Yeah, I know. I already know what Valerie's would be for this, too. Honestly.
Eris's is going to be...
I already know what Valerie's would be. It's with something like scales of balance or some shit.
Oh.
Like
Great. That means a
one
lot
person
is-
full heals, this other person dies.
So is Breath of Life his pinnacle spell?
Probably.
Oh, Aladier. Eat your baby.
Also, notably, pinnacle spells might not necessarily be epic level. If you make a spell that is you to a T but is less than epic level, that could be considered your pinnacle spell, but it is not necessarily a pinnacle spell, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's your magnum
listen,
opus.
pinnacle spell has both a
It's your PhD dissertation.
I guess as
True.
it has both a actual term and a colloquial term.
Well,
Okay.
I feel like pinnacle and signature spells can get interchanged in the lay folks' eyes.
Not quite, because signature spells in the lay folks is what they see them do most.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe. Yeah.
Regardless,
But no.
I mean,
Along that,
we're-
along the same lines of those insight check, by the way, for you, Britt, because this conversation continues and that sort of thing. Valerie looks betrayed.
Oh, baby.
Oh. She thinks she's not doing good enough jobs, so you have to take over healing.
No, that's
No.
not what Anara's trying to do at all.
no, she thinks that
That's-
she's taking the divine power.
Yeah, she thinks that Anara is 100% selfishly taking divine power.
Valerie,
Yay, and party
you need to
drama!
make
I live
deals
for
with
this shit.
outside sources in order
I
to
live
get
for this was
that
crazy.
branch in your head.
That is very different.
How?
Because of the fact that I'm not specifically stealing power.
I'm not stealing it. I'm being allowed to use it akin to a warlock and their patron, I suppose.
Not stealing. I don't think you're. I think you're misunderstanding what she's saying.
No, I know. It's just... And I'm not going to use it to take any other god's divine powers. It's not...
Other gods.
That's part of the plan, is to not take any of theirs. Valian is allowing me to borrow his ability until we complete our goal.
If it makes you feel better, she could pray to a god and get their power that way. That make you feel better? She could use the same exact spells.
No, I'm nowhere near as divine.
I get it, but like, you're upset.
You can understand why I'm concerned.
I was given an ultimatum after, granted I didn't know at the time, but during the process, and I imagine this is about the time you say my body seized up, it was either I take the deal or my soul shatters into 1,000,000 pieces.
Oh.
And so, Valian promised me and my father time. Apparently, everything I've been doing has been causing more damage than we thought. So, that was the other end of the bargain.
Who would have guessed incorporating new powers into yourself, new experimental powers into yourself would cause damage?
I don't know what you're talking about, Dom! I don't know what you're talking about!
Be nice, be nice. No, I'm just kidding.
I suppose
Kill my dad so I can have power.
that makes it slightly different.
Dom, can I absorb my dad's soul to make myself an ancient dragon?
So yes.
I just wish you
Evil
would have
heretic.
told me what it would have done
You didn't,
before I cast the spell.
you didn't exactly tell us when you went to go running off to turn into a fae.
I specifically told you where I was going and what I was doing.
Not to this degree, and so... Yes, I do admit I am at fault for not fully disclosing my plans, but I was also under the assumption the upgrade for lack of a better term, would be a lot less of a jump. So I didn't think it would be pertinent.
And yet you warned me about it beforehand.
Well, yes. Because either way, it's something that I knew you'd find distasteful. I could do it from the beginning with the other tattoo, but now it is to a much greater degree. And I can't absorb. Before I couldn't absorb spells like Revivify. Now I can. And plenty of others.
Heal.
Yes, I can absorb.
Planar ally.
Probably. But I think that one would be much harder as you're not casting it on me.
Resurrection.
Most likely, though I'm not sure at this stage if I could.
I will state. You would know you cannot do planar ally.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because it's not casting it on me.
It is also
Well, if
longer than an action.
Oh, did it have to be an action?
I think that makes the most sense.
Well, because you said that, you said it expanded to, like, anything, and what I would have to do is I could use points to, like, grab a spell, essentially, out of the air, quote-unquote, but, like, not really out of the air. Remember you were going to give it charges for me to grab spells?
Yeah.
And go yoink.
We'll work on it. I don't
Yeah,
fucking know.
we'll workshop it. I just remember some other things you said. Anyways, continuing, still the same train of thought. And Nara's gonna be like, I don't know if I can do planar ally, but resurrection, maybe, probably not at the level we are. There's a certain extent of non-arcane spells that I can absorb, and even arcane spells, realistically, if they're given to those by other entities.
I will state above game. Resurrection is a definite no.
Why not?
It's a touch spell with a casting time of an hour. So Valerie has no possible. You have no possible way of, even if there is ability to grab the spells, there's no possible way for you doing that because it doesn't transfer through anything. It is a direct spell. Touch spells would be the one of the few things you can't steal.
Then how can she still
How did
revivify?
I steal Revivify?
Because Valerie touched you specifically.
But that's what I meant. If she cast Resurrection on me,
That'd be weird.
it'd be weird. I mean, Revivify worked.
Two things. A, technically you couldn't steal Revivify.
Oh.
Because she would have to cast it on you, and you were currently not even a valid target for Revivify.
I guess that's fair.
Therefore, the spell would not even go off.
I guess that's fair.
That is how spells
Should've
work.
caught that earlier than me personally.
I was going to say that earlier. But yeah.
Okay, so...
Revivify,
No,
you
'cause
target a dead body.
Okay, so
No, this is the
then-
whole reason why this is a...
Well, you can
this-
cast Revivify into a ring of spell storing.
You can.
Yeah, it's...
So that's theoretically, yes. The Revivify specifically, yes, Inara, I guess, could take. But I will say Resurrection is a no.
What about Raise
Because
Dead?
Resurrection,
That's an
you
hour.
also- you
That's
also-
like, what, an hour casting time? 10 minutes?
It's the same thing, yeah, it's an
Resurrection, you also cannot cast into a ring of spell storing.
No, I said Raise Dead.
Yeah, Raise Dead.
And it's also...
Raised...
It's also
It's
like,
an hour.
An hour,
Touch.
yeah.
But you can put it into a ring of spell storing.
You can?
Yes. Nothing stops you from putting...
Hold on.
Well, isn't ring of spell storing... What's the level cap on that? Is it 5?
5.
Okay.
5,
So,
yeah. Oh.
So theoretically, if Rings of Spell Storing went up to 9, wouldn't that still work with Resurrection?
Yes, it would.
Yeah. Essentially, I thought Inara just kind of functioned like a Ring of Spell Storing.
Not quite.
But, like,
You're not
obviously
quite
not
that.
Storing area.
Yeah, not quite that level. The predominant thing is it's a targeting you type of situation, or you're in that area.
Although, I will say above game, this is fucking poggers.
Yeah,
like,
it's kind of broken.
Yeah,
Paris
above game, this is
doesn't know
fucking
what's happening.
poggers. In character, Valerie is pissed.
Yeah, I knew she would be
I mean,
mad.
understandable,
I knew
Valerie.
she would be mad.
Eris is like magic stuff. I don't know.
Oh no!
Well,
This is
Inara mentioned
blasphemous.
that she is basically taking the powers of a Vakes, a demo version of their powers. And Vakes alone, I think, should trigger a negative reaction just because of the creatures they are.
Yeah.
Also,
Valerie
Inara
fucking
isn't
hates
quite
the
taking
Vegas.
the powers of a
That's
Vacast,
what
which is the funny
Inara-
part.
It's like a demo
I mean,
version.
Valerie?
It's like a teeny tiny itty bitty baby version.
Yeah, it's a demo. It's a very,
Hey,
very
Valerie?
first
Yes.
demo.
I question. How does this differ from using like a Ring of Spell Story? I'm not super into magic.
The difference lies in its permanency.
What do you mean?
Is that still true, Dom?
What?
If I absorb a spell that's not a wizard spell, does it act as act as if it's in my Mizium apparatus, quote unquote? Because I know we talked about that.
Yeah,
You made a funny
get a
look.
level of spell.
Okay, you made a funny look. I wasn't. Well, no. Like if I've already cast it, does it stay?
It goes away.
Okay, it goes away permanently.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. I
Oh,
thought.
permanently? I thought it stayed.
Yeah, no, I
No,
thought it stayed
no.
too.
We did. That's not what we explicitly said. It doesn't. You get to currently hold a number of non-wizard spells equal to your level.
Yeah. But you
Well,
said
level.
no. But you said when we talked about it. Remember, with wizard spells, if I have it stored, I don't have to roll it on the Mizium apparatus table. But like,
Correct.
if I have, so
Non-wizard spells.
you never cleared this up for me fully, because you said two things. You said if I have a non-wizard spell, I could roll it like it's on the Mizium apparatus table, and also I got to cast it for free because it was stored in the graft.
Well, okay, what is
That's
the
why
old graph? I don't remember what the old graph says, honestly.
Old
Because
graft.
the
We don't
point
have
that
an old-
I'm trying to get
My
the
tattoo?
point that I'm
When
trying to
you
get
got,
at.
yeah, because it was a graft. Remember, it wasn't actually a tattoo.
No, that
Yeah.
one's a tattoo.
No, it didn't. It said it was a graft.
So, from what
You
I'm
just
trying to
changed-
get
I
at
just changed
is,
it to tattoo.
can she stores a Revivify? Yes. She casts it once. Can she then roll it again?
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
See, I was under the assumption no, because that was how the old one worked as well.
Yeah, the old one. But remember,
Is if once you expend it, because at that point it would be at that point it would make sense because it'd be, oh, I have Revivify. Let's say Revivify, Mass Cure Wounds, and Resurrection is
well, remember,
15 levels, and I'm level 15.
fair.
I can no longer for that entire level get any more spells.
Well, no, see, that's what
that
I
are not
thought
wizard
is I
spells.
stored, like, currently holding up to my level in tattoos. Or tattoos.
And then
Yes.
she can like
And then-
fade them out.
Yeah, and then after I cast them, they're still they're like, I guess imprint is technically still in there.
Yeah.
But they don't count.
She
Okay.
thought it
okay.
added to the list.
Because at that point, then
stuff
there would
you
be
use
no
those
method for you to
memorized
get them
for.
out.
Okay.
I thought that the method was just I don't want them here anymore.
All right. Yeah. All right.
No,
Cast it.
it is. Yeah, no, they're non-wizard spells. Because before with the normal Mizium apparatus, non-wizard spells you can't take at
Yeah,
all.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was
See, that's what I was getting confused
Yeah.
at. Valerie would not be mad at this. Then.
okay. So it's just combining the two items then.
But better. Because remember, your old tattoo let you get one spell at a
Yeah.
time. One spell.
Yeah.
And the Mizium apparatus lets you get no spells.
Yeah, but I get access to all.
Now
the
you
other-
can get access to the wizard spells and up to level worth of spells with non-wizard spells.
And casting any of those is free. It doesn't take a spell slot.
You're having a 12
Correct.
level
Okay.
Ring of Spell Story.
Well, okay, as casting any of those that you have absorbed, yes.
So
I think that's what yeah, that's why I'm saying you have to have a list of the spells you
Well,
have.
Yeah. But I assumed I had to have a list because my quote unquote spell list would expand.
So,
But,
can she
okay.
spend a spell slot to cast an imprinted
Oh.
divine spell?
I would probably allow that, and then it would stay.
Okay.
Okay,
So, yeah.
then there's a problem.
Okay, so yeah, I can expend my spell
But-
slots to cast.
Spells that
I would
you
also-
Yeah.
already absorbed.
I did also say, remember, when you absorb a wizard spell,
Yeah.
there is no limit.
Yeah. There's no limit to that. But that's not really what we were kind of.
Yeah,
The most-
no, but
yeah.
I'm saying that was as a separate thing.
Yeah.
You can absorb as many wizard spells as you want,
Yeah.
and then those become things that you don't have to roll for,
Yeah.
and you don't spend a spell slot for.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that, yeah.
Which is kind of insane.
But Valerie's
That is-
stuck on the other, not the non-wizard spells.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, on the fact that she can now
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
cast Revivify
Yeah, yeah,
as
yeah.
a
Oh, absolutely.
wizard.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
okay. Now that we cleared
That's
that up,
the
though.
problem.
Now that we
Okay,
cleared that up, though, I have a
Returning
better
back to
understanding.
Eris's question.
Yeah, I have a better
Returning back
understanding.
to Eris's question.
Valerie's mad. Valor's not mad. Valor's mad again.
Yeah, for
No,
real.
no, like, you can
Valery's
understand
been
why
through a
Okay,
That
no,
was
it's-
it's an
emotions.
emotional roller coaster.
I'm basically working this out because it's a very complex item.
It
We've been
is.
talking about it for a few weeks now.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
No, but then Valerie will explain. The problem lies in its permanency.
Theoretically,
It is the fact that she can now cast this spell
as long
an
as it's
infinite number of times with her mana.
I mean, is she really taking it from your god, or is she just taking the contents of the spell and using the weave instead? Eris has an aneurysm on the ground for saying something too smart.
I would also probably add maybe like a roll at the end of a day or at the beginning of a long rest or something to keep your stored stuff that you have been using as spell slots.
Oh, okay. I was about to say
Guys,
that's
a
right.
broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
No.
So like, if
Because
you
that-
use it the first time you've absorbed it, it's fine, it's free. But if you use it as a spell slot on your next long rest, you have to roll to keep it.
Keep it. That's
Basically,
fair.
because basically saying it's basically your signature.
You're
As
getting it
Brian
out of your
put it.
system.
Your signature is basically saying, "Hey, I shouldn't have this.
Yeah,
This is
it's like
wrong.
Fair.
And the fact that
However,
I've
comma-
used this, it should be gone."
However, let me put you on the fact that a time god is giving me this ability, and so he just goes.
Let- Let me
I
ask
assume
this.
it's like the weave
Is it-
trying to correct
No,
itself.
yeah, I think it is.
Is-
Sort of.
I'm just saying.
Okay, this
Yeah.
is the question here. Is it stealing from the gods?
It's stealing from a god.
I think it's more like Inara recognizing how the weave is used by the god and then trying to mimic it herself, kind of.
I think it's not even that she's trying. I think it's her.
I think
Yes, but I think it's more like her graft.
Ironically,
translates that for her.
Yeah.
I don't think the gods would find this as an affront.
I mean,
As
they
it is,
can do
as
it.
you've been stated, it's similar to Inara literally just embedding herself with a ring of spell
I
storing.
guess that's fair. Yeah,
Mm.
the near infinite one.
Except it's not infinite.
No,
That's
I
my
say
whole point.
near infinite because it's infinite
No,
for
but
wizard
it's-
spells, but it's not infinite for anything else.
Fair.
The thing that Valerie is stuck on is the fact that Inara now has the capability to endlessly theoretically cast Revivify, which is a spell that a wizard should never.
I
be
will
able to
explicitly
use.
state though, if you use your spell slots, you have to provide all components for it.
Oh,
Mm.
so
Which
there's a
makes the
way
most
to have a
sense.
diamond. Well,
Not really.
Still,
well, if I use
you're
my
like
spell
fighting
slot,
over
yes,
sparks
yes.
to
Yeah, if you spend it
kinda-
itself,
Yeah.
yeah, if you spend it, you're not spending anything. If
Yeah.
you spend your spell slots, yes, you're
Yeah,
expending
that makes
stuff.
sense. That's fair.
You know,
In
these are
theory,
cool though.
Is
Valerie
her
lost a
casting
spell
it with
slot.
mana?
Or
Yeah.
Valerie lost a crystal diamond using it for you because she would still have to cast the spell with components
Yeah.
for you to take it.
Is
But
Yeah.
is her casting it with mana? How is that like?
Is she using her own
Is-
connection to the weave, or is it
Is she?
stealing
is it-
it from the
is it
god to use
theft?
that
Is
spell?
it theft is crazy?
Me, when I look at AI, the
Uh,
answer is yes.
Yes.
Uh,
the answer is
so
indeed yes.
it's
Actually,
kind of complicated
theoretically,
question
if
because
she's using her
technically
own
speaking,
spell slot, she's using her own power with the weave.
yes and no in this scenario. In this scenario, you can view her using her spell slots as essentially her offering the power. She wouldn't be necessarily where the spell itself is coming from.
It's like
She's-
switching out the battery.
Oh!
It's like switching. I'm the battery
so
now
sh-
versus.
this-
For
the
Rasma,
battery.
Rasma's also not where the spell is coming from.
Yeah. It's basically like if you take a toy, like a battery powered toy, you take out the battery, put a new one in. It's still, the toy, but it's just different
Yeah,
power.
China doesn't own
This
it
is- this
anymore.
is-
China
this
doesn't
is
own
still-
it
you,
anymore.
you have the
So-
toy.
So
Ironically, Valerie, when you see her cast it, if she casts it using a spell slot, you might have more of an issue with it.
Oh yeah.
Because the person that would be technically powering this is Valiant.
Yeah. That's why I said it's stealing from a god, not your god.
that is actually somehow even more problematic.
That's like you. I have more of an issue with
We'll
it.
have more of an issue with it. But
You said you got this from
I will tell
Alien?
you guys, but I will tell you guys right now, I've been drafting the way Inara looks casting a spell, and it's cool as fuck.
Okay,
Cool.
so let me just put this out there. You know how every single time whenever somebody is revived, they get the person casting the spell, the alignment of the person casting the spell, and the god that they worship. Would I see Valian?
Yes
She chooses
and
not to
no.
come back.
That's not okay!
Yes
it's
and no.
crazy. What does that mean?
He would not fit into any of those categories.
Oh,
How much ever he would still be, you would be visible as
he's there.
a patron.
Yeah, see, like she said, like a warlock patron.
You're a warlock now.
I'm a warlock now, guys.
Yay, welcome to the club.
Okay.
Thanks.
Me next. Me next.
Okay, now
You have the charisma for
I'm getting a better picture here of why Valerie
I do.
finds this abominable.
I'm hot for a warlock
Fair
too.
enough.
I now
Valerie,
understand
we
why
haven't even
Valerie
started.
hates
I
you
haven't even started
more.
fucking with you yet. Come on.
Shut the fuck up, Dom! You already have!
Yeah, Dom, you started fucking with Valerie the moment Layra entered the game.
Yes!
But Valerie, I'm gonna get so much worse.
So anyways,
I
In
love
that
that.
case, I suppose it is
His belly makes funny sound.
water under the bridge.
Me?
you don't have to put it so lightly. I can tell you don't like it, and I knew you wouldn't. So, it's okay to be mad at me.
You know, we are friends. Very, very good friends. And so I'm very okay saying this.
Oh no.
I will never
making
forgive you for this.
Ah.
You think I've forgiven you for running off and turning yourself into a fae?
Sorry, what did y'all say?
Or what you did to Danielle? So, consider it a pot we're both filling.
My god's dead.
Let
So
me
is
just
Reggie's.
ask
Yeah,
you
well, almost.
High five, Reggie.
one very crucial thing.
Ask away.
How far do you plan to pursue this?
This power?
Yes.
Well, all things considered, this is as far as I go. But, if I need to go further in order to save my father, I will. I'm sorry to
Oh,
disappoint.
that music shift was.
That was crazy.
Hmm.
I'm sorry to disappoint that I'm not the pure wizard you envisioned me to be.
This is exactly why I hate wizards.
I don't pursue magic to be liked. Anyways, Regulus, would you mind casting Eldritch Blast? No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe I
I just
should
saw
not
some
learn
more.
magic. It feels like there's a lot of slippery
Cantrips
slopes.
do
That
count
makes
as one
everyone
level.
uncomfortable.
I will say that right now.
There's a lot of slippery slopes. You are right, Aris.
I will say cantrips count as one level, and you can't just permanently store them.
No, yeah, it was just.
All I'm saying is,
Because-
Why
is
not?
like,
Oh yeah, I spend my spell slot, my 0th level spells.
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense, okay?
all I'm
Lame.
saying is, spellcasters are so, what's the word? Sensitive.
I
This is Less
I'm not.
sensitivity.
To clarify, I'm joking, but
Also, it depends on
it
the
seems like
spellcaster.
a lot of different things happening. But I'm still trying to figure out whether it's the result or the method that's more important.
I suppose
I don't
time will
know if
tell.
I don't know to what degree doing something to save another is bad. I don't think Inara does anything really selfishly. In fact, I don't think she does anything for herself, like, ever.
She claimed quite literally in this conversation it was for a selfish purpose.
A selfish person's to say selfish person.
Take your time.
Take your time, Christian!
That was Eris. I have 13 charisma. Shut up. Just selfish purpose to save somebody else. Sure, it means something to her, but it's still somebody else's life at risk. She's trying to prevent. You make sacrifices to yourself all the time to save others, don't you, Valerie?
That is true.
I'm not saying what she does is right. I don't necessarily know what she did. I don't really understand, but I hope we can all...
The best way I can describe it for a term that would be appropriate is essentially stealing a dragon's fire.
That's been done for ages.
Permanently.
Actually,
Oh, Dom's making an addendum.
I think stealing requires
Actually.
loss, and I don't think you're losing anything.
Dumb.
Eris. You don't know if this is what Valerie means. But there are two types of terms referred to as a dragon's fire. One, their breath weapon, obviously.
That's not what she's referencing.
Two, all dragons have literally a sort of inner flame. This is the most personal thing to a dragon.
That's what
More
she's
so than
talking
their
about.
horde, more so than most of their lives.
Okay.
A dragon's fire cannot be given up unwillingly.
I have a lore tidbit, but I don't know if it's true in your world.
Continue.
Or if Eris would even know it. But back when dragons were at each other's throats all the time, Io himself taught humanoids how to hunt dragons. Like showing them the use of their claws and their scales and things like that in order to make the dragons stop killing each other so fervently. Basically forcing them to work together to an extent.
I will say not in this world.
Okay.
Dragons were introduced in a very different way in this world.
Gotcha.
Dragons are not native. Very specifically.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why they
Yeah.
keep, they bounce from world to world if something goes wrong.
In this world,
Why-
dragons are natural travelers of spheres.
They're planeswalkers!
I
Yeah,
knew,
they're
I
the
knew
original
all dragons are
space
planeswalkers.
pirates!
Wait,
I
we
knew-
got Nico Bolas up there!
I knew great worms were. I didn't know that there weren't natural dragons on this plane.
There are now, but originally this plane did not have
They're
dragons.
colonists!
Like Io, Bahamut, and Tiamat, and even Vorel, all came here. Well, correction,
Vorel's
Io
the-
came here a long time ago, made the children.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
And
Varel's
died.
the one that's
The
trapped.
way Io died, even in this universe, is very different.
Okay. Then my lore tidbit doesn't keep up.
Yeah.
So I have to think of
Though people who hunted dragons did, of course, exist.
Yeah.
People hunted I was just saying the original dragon hunters were actually educated by
The dragon god.
the god
yeah.
dragons, which is kind of ironic.
Absolutely could have been a story Eris knows.
To be fair,
Is that
Because,
still a
as
thing
I was saying,
here?
Io wasn't... Just because he wasn't on this world doesn't mean he wasn't around with dragons
Well,
somewhere.
Never mind, Dom.
And
you have your
the
own
stories could have
media
gotten passed
story.
No.
Well, heirs basically will go. The original dragon hunters were taught by dragons themselves.
That's... I suppose I can't even refute that.
I'm not saying that it's right. But again, is that... Well, in the dragon's case, stealing their fire is definitely stealing, but... Is she really just taking anything from the gods?
Feels like it. May not be the case, but it certainly felt like it whenever I was told to just cast the spell. No intent of what it meant. And then here it is.
Would it please you or ease your disdain if I choose not to use divine spells?
I'm a person that believes that if you have something, you should use it. But I'm also the type of person to be telling you to be careful.
I get to choose.
I think that it would be better, specifically, that you would have informed me of this before you even asked me to cast the spell in the first place.
But if I told you ahead of time, would
Unfortunately...
you have casted the spell?
I perhaps would have been more open to the idea, because I wouldn't have felt like you were stealing it.
Okay, I'm gonna be devil's advocate here. I think Valerie's right. Communication is important in a relationship. I read that, in lots of books.
Yes.
And
You read hers?
we're all in... Shut up. We're all in this together, so... I know we like to surprise each other with cool new abilities, but... If we know things are going to be not super exciting and probably upsetting to other people, I feel like we need to be a bit more open about it.
Fair, and I did try to explain it to you all, in all fairness, but I found that that might have just been the easiest way.
Just because it's easy doesn't mean it's right.
Well, you all were rushing me to get to the point.
Okay, I am a little impatient. That is my fault.
That...
I could have done the
I
same
blame
thing with
Sparks this time.
Regulus's ability, but I
Would you mind?
prefer a spell that I could keep in the event that Valerie's many precautions and countermeasures do fall through. And I promise I will not be using this spell for anything other than storage, and if in the event that you or one of our allies perishes and you cannot get to them, because I do get to choose the spells that I consume.
Then... I suppose... my forgiveness can be earned via your actions in our...
Wait, it can't be paid?
No, that's not how churches work.
That's how the Catholic Church
I
worked
don't
back
know.
in the 1800s.
Eris goes, a lot of the churches in the Empire worked like that.
That is because a lot of the churches in the Empire don't understand how forgiveness works.
To be fair, I didn't do anything to them, so I didn't need to ask.
Mm.
So it's probably for the best.
But... I suppose... I'm not being told by Pharasma to smite you right now, so,
Oh, that's good.
Dead.
Yeah,
Still.
Yeah.
that could change.
That's true. I'm still.
Valerie's probably gonna be the first undead, though.
Ah, yes.
If she dies, let's keep her around.
if you do become an undead, then I will in fact smite you. I hope you
Hey
understand
guys,
this.
can we make a pact that if Valerie dies, we have to bring her back as an undead?
Valerie,
Yes.
you get this impression.
I beg pardon? Do I
Yes.
have to smite Inara?
Image in your head almost of this chalk white
Open arms.
smile
Ooh, creepy.
before it fades.
I have any idea what the fuck
it's
that was.
guy!
Valerie,
is
you
it that
look a
guy?
little
Came
white.
from the
Are you
same
okay?
the same area you usually see Pharasma. But
Fine, not that guy. Not that guy.
weirdly enough, you weren't sure if that was intended for your eyes.
How?
Valerie, are you okay? You turned white. You're very
see.
hard at hiding your emotions, so sorry.
I see. Let me just put this out there to make it very easy. I don't mind too much that you can do this, perhaps temporarily. Hopefully temporarily. And I will not mind assisting you, at least to some degree, on being able to help you with gathering more beneficial spells. Hells, I would not mind putting a heal in your repertoire if you so desired it.
No, I'll let you keep all of the healing spells, but I am having a wizard party for a reason.
Oh,
Just
please
make them
don't.
cast on you.
Oh, please don't. Oh.
To clarify,
Did you
when you absorb
theoretically-
spells, is it a saving throw to absorb a spell, or you just go, no, it's mine?
It is a saving throw.
Oh, yeah.
So
Wait.
let's just say that if you get heart stopped, you do have to make a saving throw to not take the effects.
Yeah, you're right, because you changed it from the original tattoo where the effects still go through to if I pass, I eat it,
You
right?
slurp it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. But, I mean, I got a good con. I'll be fine. Pretty sure.
Then,
I think
I
you
don't
should
think you
invite
could-
Valerie to the wizard party for other reasons.
I hate to say this, but I don't think you could have passed Heartstop
I have a +6 con.
against the. I think it was a 24.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
rolled
24
an 18.
DC.
Okay, that's
Eh,
like
no,
one
that's
above my
fair.
normal rolls.
That's normal rolls for you. My bad. My bad. I forgot.
Yeah, come on, Dom.
Then-
I was just rolling a d30 this whole time.
See, Dom's
Then-
actually adding a +5 to all DCs for just Inara.
Yes.
Ah, this was fucked.
then
Sorry.
perhaps in the
Anti-favoritism.
future, whenever certain things do come up, and perhaps one of my 6 contingencies at this point fail,
Wait, does it have to be at a capacity that you can cast?
The spells I absorb?
Yeah.
Not if it's a wizard spell. Technically, not
Yeah,
if
no.
it's another level spell either, just provided I have the room for it.
Yes and no.
Because that's my other tattoo was like that. I could cast whatever level.
Yes and no. I will state that for the wizard spell, like, hey, it's free. Yes, it has to be of a level you can cast. Otherwise, if it's higher, you will have to roll for it.
Oh, that's fine. I mean,
Alright.
technically downgrading my tattoo, my original tattoo, but it's fine.
Okay.
I know it's
You still, but otherwise, it functions as normal. Like we said, because non-wizard spells, it is currently 12 levels of spells. Actually, it's the end of the fucking day, you assholes.
Oh, yeah,
Level the fuck
13!
up.
I was gonna say at this very
Finally.
moment, cast Color Spray on you.
You could.
Yeah, y'all, we're gonna
That's not
level up at
correct.
the end of
You could.
Yeah, y'all, we're gonna
That's not
level up at
correct.
the end of this
You
this
could.
tournament.
No.
Eris goes, all right, test time.
Ooh.
Tax time.
Tax
No.
time.
Tax time.
And the biggest thing that Valerie will be like is just
Roll HP, guys.
Actually,
Roll
I
HP.
might-
Roll HP.
Oh yeah, we haven't
I
done
might
that
incorporate
in a year.
I might have higher level wizard spells also be part of the 13 now. Because it makes sense because if it's a level you can cast, that is a wizard spell.
Okay, that makes
just
sense.
goes
You
there.
want to add an 8th level spell, it'll go into your I can't cast this yet meter.
Which makes me
that
can
makes
cast
sense.
this, can't cast this meters.
Because normally you wouldn't be able to cast it.
But if I can cast, wait, but I could cast it for free though.
No, yeah,
through
if you
my
can, it would
tattoo.
go into your thing for free. He's
Well, no, I'm
it's
saying like
above
it's
your
it's
levels.
anything that you can't normally cast, even if you had full access to your spell list, goes into the 12 or 13 now. Your
Like, if it's
level,
an
your
eighth
level
dimensional
yeah,
slot.
I
spell
have to
that you
use.
can't cast.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Because I think that makes
That-
sense, right?
That
If
doesn't
Yeah,
it's
make
too
that
sense.
high of a
makes-
level,
It's-
putting it
it's
in the
not
level
able to be
slots
put
makes
on my
sense.
list.
Here's actually a good one that I think Valerie is like. Well, I mean, I can give you another one that I think would be very useful, perhaps.
Don't inflict wounds me.
Valerie casts Death Ward.
Oh,
Oh.
You want to take it?
Being able to cast Death
well, now I have
Ward.
to roll for it, Dom. I don't even know if I can take it.
I will say, the caster can choose for you to voluntarily succeed.
I think if it's with, like...
It's not
So
even
if
a
it's with
saving
permission?
throw.
No.
Yes,
No,
just
Okay,
do
but I
any
I'll
have
roll.
to
explain to you this
roll-
ability.
Yeah.
I'll explain to you this ability. You may use a reaction whenever you are either targeted by a spell or in the area of effect of a spell to attempt to absorb it. You must make a spellcasting ability save against the spellcaster's spell DC, though the caster can allow you to auto-succeed. If you succeed, the spell has no effect and you absorb it, allowing you to cast it.
Dom.
Here, take Death Ward, you
Well,
bitch!
Also, Dom, you just made it infinitely easier for me to absorb Heartstop.
You're so right. But,
You
yeah.
did. Because
Oh,
you
yeah?
made
Yeah,
it
So,
an int save.
well, to be fair, that was what I was talking about regardless.
Okay, yeah, because I was like, you made it an int save, which means now I have to roll a 14.
You're right. I should make it DC double the level of the spell, 10 plus
Well, that's
double
what you
level
had it
spell.
originally at.
That makes sense. Hey, Dom, can you roll a d12 for me?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, you're
You
so
want?
right.
Do
Death
you
Ward?
wish to have Death Ward?
It's a 4th level, right?
It'd
Please
be a
roll
4th
12,
level,
Dom.
yes.
Please roll 12.
I
I would love
could
you so much.
take it, but it... I don't
I
know.
rolled an
it
8,
feels
so I'll
like
take
it
that.
doesn't seem... I mean, yeah, because then you could have it on... Or we can cast it on, like, pretty much everybody in the party at that point.
So, guys, I'm taking a level
that-
in
that's kind of the point.
Warlock.
And I
So,
would be like,
Hmm.
do you want me to keep it? You were just quite upset about the other aspect, so...
Let me put it this way. My upsetness at the situation is not from the fact that you can cast the spell, it is the fact that you are using it for the purposes of, well... I guess
+5 proficiency.
I guess it was a bit of my own, internal hypocrisy, I shall call it. Of
Guys,
me
I can hit
disliking
gooder.
the ideas of
Yes.
wizards casting divine spells.
So... And I'm going to sound a bit like another creature you
Ew.
probably don't like here, but
That was stinky.
I am going to need your explicit permission before I do anything. Do I have it? Because
For what?
to absorb and continue casting the spell.
As long as you are not using it in a way that is actively... Let me put it this way. Do not let other wizards find out about this.
They already going. They already.
Specifically that you can do it with divine spells.
Okay, fair
They'll
enough.
be jealous.
That's fair.
It will be 100%
Yeah,
fair. Yeah, we're already asked to not talk about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair
So,
enough.
I'm not gonna
The
lie.
reasoning
This
for-
is a sparring match with
This,
Tiberian and
this is
Nim, but-
unfortunately the most underwhelming level up I will get.
The reasoning for it is because of the fact that I do not want other wizards with less moral values to find out about this, especially Nim.
Cross my heart.
Actually, correction.
I will not tell other wizards about my ability to eat spells.
Oh.
Thank you. See, we're getting back on the right track here.
And Sparks is gonna like tap Inara on the leg and go,
But that doesn't mean you can't death ward the Holy One. You go, Mama.
and Inara's gonna be like, shut. He's joking. I'm not actually going to do that.
I hope
Obviously.
not.
No, I mean, he already has one red head on his side. He doesn't need another.
Also, she likes me too much to go against me.
I guess, Scott, of course.
I think little guy.
Also,
Rival
also
champion.
if she goes against you, well,
We're fighting.
she has a
later.
Rika to deal with.
Rika's not exact. You know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to talk about my Batman plans.
Make the statement of my Batman plans.
I don't know. It's
Not the contingencies.
Oh no, trust me. I just
Oh, I've been
ironically
thinking
put-
of ways to. I've been thinking of ways to kill all of you since the beginning of this party.
Valerie has legitimately been thinking of ways to kill everybody since the start of this party.
No, please don't do that.
If y'all want to roll your HP as well.
Ooh,
Valerie,
yeah.
Like-
Let me
remind
roll my
me,
D6.
D8 or
D8, D8.
Anyways, also vote for inspiration.
Eight.
Oh, not me rolling the highest for Valerie.
Did you roll an 8?
No, I rolled a 7. But the fact that Eris got a D12 and I rolled a 3.
Ooh, that's a yikes.
I rolled a 7.
Trolling me.
Nice.
Dom's
So it's
trolling me.
8.
That's an 8.
It's an 8.
Because doubles go up. I was hoping Dom would roll higher than me, but I got like above average.
So-
7's like average.
Yeah, I felt so sad when I saw that 3. I was like,
What?
7th level spells.
I
So
get
votes for
For
inspiration.
y'all.
as well.
Additional-
I might only be getting
Critical
a
die.
6.
That's
Might
really
only be getting
unfortunate.
none.
I get an additional brutal critical die. Go 13th level. Don't worry, guys. I'm one away
Guys,
from my correct
I
level.
can officially cast Voltor's energy drain.
oh, you're
Where are
right.
my 7th levels? Hello?
Guys, I'm one level off
Brent,
the best
cast
level of my
Simulacrum.
class.
Ah, yes.
could cast Simulacrum. Oh, D&D
Make
Beyond
a
is
second
dying on me.
Eris. Make a second Eris.
I was gonna make
What's
a second.
funny is it
Honestly,
gets-
a second Rika would be kind of cracked. I
To
mean,
be fair,
I
second
don't
Rika
have our
wouldn't.
items.
Well, second Rika wouldn't be as good because they marshals are very item dependent.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Nah, Brent, you just make a 3rd Valerie.
yes. No, I'll make a second Reggie.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cracked, actually. Second Reggie.
Oh, objectively, making one of the
Wait,
That's
that would
just
actually be
better.
kind of nasty because
Yeah.
literally what they could do is, hey, I throw both of our marshals in their back line.
Yeah.
That's
Anyways,
That's fucking wildin'.
I mean,
What
you've gotten to
what
the
did
level
roll
where you can
for-
learn scatter
for
now,
me,
right?
Dom?
What's up?
Oh, maybe. What I roll for you? 4.
Okay,
What'd
I
you
got
say,
a
Christian?
5. So 4
I mean-
it is
I don't know
Oh,
if
wait,
Reggie wants
what?
to take it, but he's at the
'Cause I
level
had
you
to
can learn
subtract
scatter now, I'm
one.
pretty sure.
every time I get more HP because of the feat.
I forgot
I-
about
yeah.
that.
I am.
All I'm saying is,
Well, 4 plus your con, remember.
Yeah, but I still go down 1.
you make an
Yeah.
extra Eris, and it still has 90 HP.
Yeah, I know. And relentless rage.
That's true. I hit 0 and I don't go down yet. The
However,
simulacrum-
I can't heal a simulacrum
that's
Very
true.
Oh,
unless.
But
oh my god, D&D Beyond.
I happen to have an extra very rare scythe that I could just give the simulacrum.
This is fair.
So it would still do some damage.
Listen, bro.
Alright.
All I'm saying, Simulacrum should be Cubone Mending.
Simulacrum what?
No.
They're constructs.
That's
No, because that's infinite healing.
I mean, we're gonna have an alchemical laboratory.
Ryan, I love how you say that's
in our
infinite
thing.
healing. You know what else is infinite healing? You piece of shit.
I am not infinite. I just happen to have a lot of it.
You learn what, 2 spells on level up as a wizard?
You
Yes.
put 2 spells into your spell book. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Where's my?
All right, guys.
Hey, Brian,
where's my breath
I would
weapon?
like you
There
to
it is.
inform me how much an average healing word heals for you.
Well, it just went up because my proficiency bonus went up.
That's crazy.
17.
That's crazy. A D4 heals 17.
I'm.
Hey,
so
Dom.
sorry, Dom.
Hey, Dom. I could have boosted my charisma. This could have been worse. To be fair, this is on par with what a fucking life cleric would do.
Yeah, you're a life cleric with what's it called? Life cleric with ridiculous skill monkey ability.
Yeah, see, Brian, I would just have
I
the
traded the
mending.
skill
I would
proficiencies.
just have mending function similar to the Steel Defender, if I'm being honest.
No, Christian, I traded skill proficiencies,
Oh my god! I
For
can finally copy
heavy
that
armor,
one spell into my spells book.
divine intervention. I traded
The
it
one
for.
you gave us as a spell scroll for fucking ever
Okay,
ago.
to be fair, divine intervention's only
Oh,
actually
the mass
useful
planar
at level
adaptation.
20.
Yeah.
Divine
No.
intervention's only like useful at like level 20 and epic
And I
levels.
have
If you cast it
but no,
before then,
but
you're
no.
basically
Right.
wasting a turn.
No, but still, heavy armor, channel divinity, blessed strikes,
Do I really even
Divine
need to add
intervention.
spells to my spells list at this point?
destroy undead,
My tattoo gives me like everything.
Oh, you
Yes.
do
and I
enough to
traded
destroy
those
undead.
for skills.
You do enough to destroy undead.
Yeah, but it's not uncomparable.
Counter. No.
Christian said counter. No.
Counter, go fuck
cancel.
yourself.
Alright, guys, what did I get out of this level? Some health, proficiency bonus buff, and an additional d10 when I hit a crit. Every 12 sessions.
What are you talking about? That sounds amazing.
Okay.
What?
Yeah,
Everyone
I
else
don't
got
know.
a proficiency bonus, but they got 7th level spells. I got an additional average of like what, 6 damage on
Oh my god,
a
guys!
critical
I
hit.
have Magnificent Mansion.
On a critical hit, which for me
Hey
happens like
yo! I
5%
love
of the time.
Magnificent Mansion.
I love
Even with
that
advantage.
spell.
No. Guys, what cleric spell should I
Oh my
take?
god, Scott,
Guys, can we go with
can
Mansion?
now make Operation Microwave worse. I have Force Cage.
Ah,
Oh my gosh. Hey Dom,
no.
can I get an item that breaks Force Cage? Before the inevitable I get Force Caged.
I got you, bro.
Thanks.
I'll just give you the hammer.
For 7th level
Yeah.
Hammer of cage breaking.
Yeah, there's not. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, Dom.
They are Conjure Celestial,
That's a good one.
Divine Word,
No, that's a good one.
Etherealness,
Eh,
Firestorm,
not Valerie style.
What are we
Plane
talking about?
Shift.
7th level
I
spells?
have Plane Shift.
Yeah, plane shift could be useful.
Temple of the Gods!
Oh shit! Temple of the
Yeah, take Temple of the Gods!
That kind of would fit.
Well, I mean,
I feel like-
especially given the fact that y'all are about to get your bastion.
Exactly, Temple of the Gods are
Oh
Bastion!
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes. I need
Reverse
Valerie to
gravity's
get.
fun.
That is what you get, Valerie. I fear that is the assumption now.
That's fucking crazy that I could do that.
This is amazing.
You wanna know
Sorry, I'm
what might
looking on
be?
Pinterest for new characters and I found this.
You wanna know what might be even more crazy? Is I just start
Why'd you put that? Oh,
trapping our bastion with symbol.
that's funny. I thought about taking Symbol
Like-
too.
No, like
Symbol
we
would be
legitimately
Yeah.
like we legitimately just start putting like, hey guys, you wanna come invade our temple? Insanity
No,
symbol.
I still have to roll museum apparatus checks if I didn't eat the spell, right? If it's a wizard
Yeah.
spell.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Aye, aye, Captain.
If you didn't nom it, you have to roll.
Aye, aye,
Yes.
Captain. I need Arcana expertise.
Brit, learn
You do
Conjure
indeed. I
Majin.
told you this.
Well, see, I originally came in with the assumption I was getting rid of my Mizium apparatus, not making it juiced up even more.
Now you're the
Hey,
ultimate
Brit,
museum
learn
apparatus
Create
lady.
Majin. That's funny.
What is that?
It's not Majin, it's Muggin.
My bad.
What'd that do?
You essentially sacrifice a portion of your hit points to make a servant.
Where is that? It's not on my spell list.
Create Muggin? It's from
I'm
Icewind
the
Dale, Rhyme of the
Frostmaiden.
Frostmaiden.
Yeah, Rhyme of the Frostmaiden. While you cast a spell, you place a vial of Quicksilver in a chest of a life-size human doll stuffed with ash or dust. Then stitch it up with the doll and drip your blood on it. Sevenfold, yeah. At the casting, at the end of the casting, I looked it up on the wiki.
Yeah, it's not it's not in my spell list.
You tap.
Not in D&D Beyond because of the
It's
fact
not
I
in
don't
D&D
own
Beyond. It's paid.
Rhyme of the
You
Frostmaiden.
tap the doll with the crystal rod transferring into a Moggin clothes in whatever the doll was wearing. The type of Moggin is chosen by you during the casting of the spell. Moggin appears, hit point maximum decreases by the amount equals to the Moggin's challenge rating, minimum reduction of 1. Only which spell can undo this reduction to your hit point maximum. Any Moggin you create obeys your command without question. Moggins are like what, CR3?
Guys.
It depends on the Muggin, I think.
Guys.
Yes, Britt.
Haven't I taken enough hit point damage?
No,
Hit
nah,
point
bro.
reduction. Anyways,
You know,
who's getting
what's
inspiration
funny-
this session? We're 20 minutes over.
Who got it last session?
Valerie.
I did.
didn't write it down.
I think
Okay.
Valerie got it.
I think I give this one to Inara for me absolutely grilling the fuck out of her today. Sorry,
you can go
Britt.
Oh, it's
You
fine.
knew this was
I knew
coming.
it was happening. Yeah, I was like, I fully came in with this expectation.
Of me just, what the fuck is wrong with you?
But yeah, I want to give it to. I low-key want to give it to Ares for trying to keep the peace.
Oh,
Yeah.
Peacemaker.
I'll give it to
Who would've
Anna
thought?
for, dying or whatever.
Dying or whatever is crazy. Getting
Dying
surgery,
or whatever.
Getting plastic surgery.
You know what? You know what? Twist. I'm giving it to myself for being the only person who wasn't undeafened at one point.
Ah, yes.
I was deafened
Well, I
all the
wasn't.
deafened times.
Well, I
Yeah,
was gonna say, it wasn't Brian?
I was.
Oh, I
It
thought
was
you were
only
the
me and
first one.
Britt who had,
No,
No,
it was-
straight
it
up, I messaged Dom at PM during one of the fucking conversations.
Oh.
Like, you should just leave you and me undeafened for like 2 minutes and tell
Stare at each
nobody
other.
what the fuck we're talking about for just no purpose other than us shooting the shit.
That's funny.
That's funny.
I'll give it to Inara.
Y'all are so bold.
Yay.
So the Galvin Moggin
Also,